Boop, that's on. Real-time IRL. Boop, that's on. On to Twitch where we gotta do spinny ting. The spinny ting. Yeah, spin. Here we go. Afternoon, it's 9:03. How's it going, Nate Shader? And good morning, T. How's it going? All right, everything should be ready and go. Yeah, we're good. Woo! All right. It's going to be a hot one today. High of 96 coming our way. Woo! I'm ready for it. It's already feeling a little bit spicy. I think it's like 80 degrees ambient temperature, but that sun right on the back of my legs, because we're walking west now, feels hot. Hey, Ziggy. Started full volume of def. My bad. Well, you're bad. Who's someone's bad? Hey, Proxima, how's it going? Whose bad is that, Ziggy? Whose bad is that? Alright. Let's go. I'm not gonna lie. So we are officially halfway through this desert portion, right? We only got... I had 71 miles left to go this morning. I walked about 4 miles this morning before I started stream because I was in a questionable service area. But now we're in a good service area, I hope. So we should be good. But your boy is tired and sore and hot. 3 things that are not great feelings when you're trying to walk 25 plus miles across the Mojave Desert. Looks gravy. Is that good? Smooth? I'm in another stream with the full volume, so when I clicked your link, you reminded the preference to my bed. Gotcha. Thanks for slowing down. Hello. How are your feet feeling today? Under a week to go. Hey, Golden Given, God is given. I think we still have 11 days to go, so a little bit still over a week. We're gonna get there on October 23rd. But my feet are doing all right. My feet are doing okay. My calves are a little sore, and it's because of the heat. I have not been sleeping super well out here in the desert. So I wake up and kind of like just the whole body's a bit achy, but that's, you know, that's fine. We've dealt with a lot worse. And we're almost done, so not that much farther to go. We're doing it. Bad sleep then? Hey, memers. Yeah, but it is what it is. You're probably not going to get great sleep if you're sleeping on the ground every night in the middle of the desert, you know? We expected that. John, just keeping up the great work. Hey, Mayor Canada, how's it going? Good morning, everyone. All right. Don't tell my back, my achy breaky back. Lol. Whew. It's actually pretty good, to be honest with you. Like, as far as sleeping outside in a tent goes, like, it's pretty soft out here. I mean, the sand is a better alternative to a lot of the roots and rocks and everything like that I've had in my back, so I'll kind of take it without complaining too much. Good morning, Jim on a Mac. How's it going? At least you got a wee bit of a path now. Yeah, just a small one, and not for long. It goes away right up here. And the problem is that the all the ground on the side of the shoulder here is degraded into like total sand, so all of my wheels just dig on into that and go in. That was the 18th, didn't mean to go at a time. Well, doing great. Prayers for strength to put you through. Thanks, God had given is Gucci. I appreciate it. No fucking mattresses in the middle of the desert. I actually saw one yesterday, Lunacy. I saw a mattress at that that shoe fence thing. There was a couple of mattresses there, but they did not look like they were in quality condition. Going great. Love to hear it. What's it like to sleep on tumbleweeds? Believe it or not, we actually saw more tumbleweeds in the state of Kansas than I have in the Mojave Desert. Just saying. But they're kind of creepy. It's jam time. Woo! Hey, giving a fly, and ho, it explores. How's it going? How is it going, eh? All right. Joshua Tree is beautiful. SFO, we're gonna go see. We're gonna go see for ourselves. We're gonna be walking just to the north of it, but I'm sure we'll be able to see it from the roadway where we are. It's gonna be cool. Hey, Floppy Porpoise, how's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. All right. So another interesting thing is yesterday kind of trended downhill for most of the day. And even this morning, we're trending downhill a little bit. I can feel it. We started out this morning at 900 foot in elevation. But if 29 Palms, which is the next like city that we're headed for to get to a subway, is at like 2,000 foot in elevation. That means at some point over the next 3 days here, there's gonna be a pretty drastic upturn that I'm not super excited for, but we'll have to see how it goes. This looks like really desolate. Actually, it explores way off and to the right there. Right before that mountain starts, it looks like there's a couple of buildings and houses. So that's actually the most I've seen in days. That's the most populated I've seen in days. What a desolate place like this. Hey, good morning, Miz. How's it going? All right.
John, how's it going today?
Hey, it's going well. How about yourself?
Very good. Everything going good?
Oh yeah, just making it through one day at a time.
Sounds good. All right. Well, like I said, if you ever need anything, you see one of us passing, wave us down, we'll help you out.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah, carry on. Hope it's going well.
Sounds good, man. Have a good one.
You too. Take care.
You too. Hey, there's Officer Eric again coming in to check. Apparently we're still in his jurisdiction. That's cool. That was Eric. Yeah, the cop. Yeah, it was Eric. Driving to pad PA corporate next 2 days. Oof. Sounds fun, but not fun, Gecko. Your production company is doing a great job with the green screen. Yeah, it's holding up great. 6 months and it hasn't broken down once. Where are you trying to get to? Lisa and Harley, we are headed to the Santa Monica Pier. We started in Boston, Massachusetts, and we're walking all the way across the country, eating nothing but food you can buy at a Subway restaurant chain. Just missed it. Did Popo check on you? Yeah, it was Officer Eric again. Eric is the best. He is like the coolest officer we've met on this entire trip. Just saying. High desert? No, this is just normal desert. We're only at 900 foot in elevation right now. This is just normal desert. Just the super hot kind of normal, arid, dry, sand everywhere, nothing but death around you kind of desert, you know? Nice guy, police Eric. Yeah, Eric's awesome. Cool. I'm not gonna lie, I thought we left Eric's jurisdiction when we turned off at 95, but I guess he rules all these roads, which is really cool. Oh boy. Dude, this definitely got to be officers driving by me when I'm asleep at night that just like see a tent on the right side of the road and they're just like, yeah, that's okay. Don't even check it out. At least you can see cars coming from literally miles away. Cars, storms. There was a couple of storms off in the distance last night. They didn't end up coming anywhere near me, but you could see them from miles away. Mountains. The problem is it's so empty, desolate out here, Floppy. You can see everything from miles and miles and miles away. I passed by a sign yesterday for a place where apparently people like to go dirt biking, ATVing, and off-roading. And I was reading the sign a little bit, and there was a line on it that said, "Be careful what you're doing here, because it only may take a couple of minutes to drive out there. Will end up taking you hours, if not days, to walk back out. So don't break down," which is pretty funny. Eric on the loose. Little, hey, good morning, Helmet. Any skinwalkers yet? No, but I was having a howling battle with some coyotes last night. This isn't the stroller you're looking for. The car goes about his business. Move along. Hello. Well, safe travels. Thank you very much, Lisa and Harley. These long as stretches are the best time to push your car to the max. Get that needle all the way to the right. Oh boy, at least in California, I haven't seen this yet anywhere else in the country, but in California they had a sign that told you, you know, next service is not for 50 miles. So that's helpful. At least you know how far you can push it out here. Hey, good morning, Shar in the dark. How's it going? Whew. So normally I hate those semis because, you know, they put my life in danger and almost kill me every time they pass. But they're carrying such a nice breeze with them in this desert area. Oh my God, it feels so good when a semi passes by. Sure, I mean, all I'm breathing in is exhaust and probably not good things, but it feels good on my skin. It's cool. Nice and temperate. All right. Also, it does not look like this road is going to turn before the mountains, so we're probably just going to go up on it and through the mountains. That's going to be fun. I'm excited for it. It's always a nice time for a brisk morning mountain walk, you know? Alright. At least we are a gallon lighter than we were yesterday of water, because I drank it. So that's always good. Just hold your breath when the trucks go by, like when you go in a tunnel. Yeah, I mean, I could probably do that on this road, Floppy Porpoise. That car was too close. But back when we were on 95, whew, I feel like if I tried to hold my breath every time we got passed by a semi, I just would have died because I wouldn't have breathed. Fun fact, Sean loves the breeze from the semi farts. I do, it's great. It's going well, but more importantly, how are you? Fantastic shot in the dark. We're over halfway through the desert section now, which is good. And I'm looking forward to getting a hotel on the other side and just being able to rest in some AC for a bit. There's a lot about semi farts. Semi breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmines of my mind. Lol. Clip restores my faith in police a little. Nice. Pretty nice of Eric to swim by and check on Sean. Yeah! Eric'sTheBomb.com, man. Eric is great. That marks 3 times we've seen him now, though. And I'm pretty sure he's driven by us and I just didn't notice before. Alright. Well, I've done that a couple of times, actually. He's probably checking up on us all the time. Also, Not Johnny Canuck, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, and a welcome to the walk. And for everyone that gave us a follow off stream, including Lisa and Harley, I just saw. Thank you guys very much for the follows. I appreciate it. Appreciate all of yous. And welcome to the walk. We got 11 days here, basically. 12 if you count today, 11 if you don't count today, until we hit the Santa Monica Pier, which is our overall end destination. We'll be arriving there on October 23rd. It's a Sunday at around noon Pacific time. It's a comfort for us to know that Eric is keeping an eye on our boy. It's a comfort for me too, Miz. I keep like, that deep and dark thought keeps crawling into my head where it's like if something was to go wrong out here, your boy's just all alone. Like there's nowhere to run to for safety. At least I have some buildings up and to the right now. I can head to something, but in general in this desert, there's just been nothing around. So it's nice to have someone coming around and checking on us. He said that if I never need anything, to wave down any of the highway patrol cars. So that's good. I'm like way late on this, but how were the Rockies? Honestly, Floppy, we kind of kicked the Rockies' butt. We kind of just like went in there and just munched them up, just took a big old chunk out of them. We destroyed the Rockies. For some reason, we were just feeling good going through there, and we were pulling like 28-mile days. I don't know what it was. I don't know if we just felt lighter and the less oxygen or something or what, but we just pumped right on through there. We did struggle a little bit at the high point of the trip at the 10,857 foot point at Wolf Creek Pass. I did have to slow down for a while to about, it took me 3 hours to do 5 miles through there, so that was a bit brutal. And it was really high up and I could not breathe. I had to do about 40 steps and then stop to catch my breath and do another 40 steps, stop to catch my breath, that kind of thing. But once we made it up to the top of that, it was all downhill from there, pretty easy. They were rocky? Well, that they were. How's the dehydrated sub meat for breakfast? Actually, Lunacy, not bad. I gotta tell you, the ham is really not that bad. The ham's actually pretty good. I'm almost out of ham though, so I think I got like 2 or 3 more packets of ham and then I'm on to the turkey, which is much, much worse. Are you on a Joshua Tree? Japan Envy, we are going to 29 Palms, which is just north of Joshua Tree National Forest, but I do believe we will be able to see it from where we are. Floppy's on breeze for service, lol. Ham jerky. It's actually like, okay, so if you guys are ever finding yourself in a position where you have to buy meats from Subway and dehydrate them to keep them safe and then eat them at some point later on, if you're ever in that position, I highly recommend you do the ham. That's just where it's at. Better hurry up. Why is that horizontal bop? We're actually ahead of schedule now, right now. In the past 3 days here, we've done a little bit over 20 miles, which put us a little bit ahead of schedule. Turkey jerky tastes kind of murky. Yeah, it ain't great. You'll have some dramatic scenery ahead that will rival the Rockies when you go down alongside I-10. You'll go through San Giorgino Pass with 2 very high 10,000 foot peaks on both sides of the road. Are you kidding me, Principal Matthew? There's no way there's 10,000 foot high peaks here in California. That is huge for the elevation that they're at. I imagine the cool area, even if thin, was so much easier than the heat in the lowlands. Well, it was, because it was cool and it was dry. It was like the best of both worlds helmet in the Rockies. Freeze dry instead. You can also do ice cream and fruit nearly every evening. Nearly everything, I mean. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. It might be where I almost got shoved off a cliff by a semi like 20 years ago. Yowza! there were a lot of cliffs, and there were a lot of times when I was walking with Wilson just like right next to like a 300-foot cliff or something like that right to my left. That was kind of scary. That did happen a lot in the Rockies. I've done a tiny bit of hiking at elevation where I remember laying down and napping a few times. Dude, that elevation's no joke. Luckily, we did it like our progress into the elevation was over a couple of days as we were walking through it, you know, so it gave our body time to adjust a little bit to it. But the last time I went to Colorado, I flew there, and on like the second day there, we tried to do something called the Manitou Incline, which is like a 3,000-foot staircase straight up the side of one of Pikes Peaks, and I almost died. That was terrible. I don't recommend doing that. That is such a beautiful area. I'm looking forward to it, but a little curious to see what the shoulder situation is. Yeah, I mean, it can't be any worse than what we got here. There's a bird overhead. That was a crow. Did you use your cart like a skateboard down the Rocky Mountains? I wish, Japan Envy, but no. Unfortunately, I weigh too much to be able to use my cart to carry me anywhere. I am not under the weight limit of this baby stroller. One of those peaks is actually 11,000 feet. That's crazy. 10,000 high peaks on both sides equals no signal. Well, unless they have cell towers on top of those peaks, which sometimes they do. Albus Perk Wolf Brid Dumbledore, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Appreciate you. Oh, welcome to the walk. Turn at the screen, I saw a mirage. Lol. Not a mirage, cow. Mount San Gregorio on one side and Mount San Jacinto on the other. This is probably the windiest place in the state. I'm excited for that. I actually, this area of the desert has been pretty stagnant most of the time. I only get a breeze when a car rolls by, and I'm excited for some wind just to cool me down. Hey Ace Web, how many days till you reach the pier? 12 if you count today, 11 if you don't. We'll be getting there on October 23rd. Vulture's eyeing you low. With his bib on. So would it be cheating to send you in sports team to practice a week in extremely high elevation and only leave a couple hours before the match starts? Because I feel like that would be a massive advantage. Here's my thing. If it was a massive advantage, the Denver Broncos would be a lot better. Sorry, sure you answered that 10 times. No worries at all, Ace Web. Never feel bad about asking a question here. It always gives me something to talk about, which gives me something that keeps me distracted. And Japan Envy, thank you very much for the subscription. That is awesome of you. I really appreciate it. Hey there, when dealing with elevation, focus on exhaling and not sure if it helps. I always focus on exhaling anyway, and I feel like it helps shot in the dark. Always exhale on your left foot. 60 miles per hour, you better slow down. I'll try my best, Lunacy. Applied the wrong comment. Well, hey, XP Grinder. How's it going? It's actually best to take, it helps to thin the blood and make it easier to breathe. That sounds scientifically probable to me, Elric, but I don't know enough to question it. Shots fired on the Broncos. Well, you know me, I'm a Tom Brady and Patriots fan. That means I gotta hate the Broncos because Peyton Manning was on there. Oh God, but they do say that high altitude training is like an unfair advantage. High altitude training, they can test for it, and it basically tests to see how thin your blood is and everything like that when you come back down. And some sports have outlawed it. I think bicycling has. Well, it seems like it's not really an unfair advantage to me. It seems like anyone could do it, so I don't get it. Do you get press coverage for the walk? Yeah, Japan Envy. We've been on the news more than a couple of times. Out in Massachusetts, New York. Let's see, where else did we get press? Missouri, for sure. Colorado, we were in the papers a couple of times. Did news interviews. Yeah, it's all over the place. KTVO, yeah. BBC Top Gear Clarkson and company did it in South America. Interesting. Hey, Fiddler's Green, how's it going? It's always good to see you in the moving forward with one step at a time. You know it, man. Feels good to be moving. Apparently Sean used a lot of, no I did not. How far to the next subway? 71 miles from where we started this morning. We're about 5 miles in now, so about 66 miles to the next subway and 29 Palms. That's another story, Lunacy. You should have a signal going through San Gorgino Pass since Interstate 10 goes through there. That's the hope principle, Matthew, and to be honest with you, from what I've seen so far, I mean, being in the middle of the desert, California has pretty solid signal, pretty good with its towers. So I'm pretty happy with what we've been dealing with. I cannot complain even a little bit. Especially when compared to Kansas, that place. It's like a signal black hole. Arizona, ooh. Hey, Jeff Rye, how's it going? All right, Or Jeffrey, yeah, Jeffrey, that's right, yeah, don't question myself. Oh, good, a large string of traffic, my favorite. And an oversized load, that's like doubling down, I like it. Kansas was definitely special. No, actually, in total, I think I liked Kansas. My only real problem with Kansas was how hot it was there and how it didn't rain at all. It was dark again. There was just a massive drought, and it was pretty awful. All right. Give us that big old one-handed wave. Hey, boss lady, how's it going? Anyone redeem any crazy subs lately? We had some delicious subs that were redeemed. Back in Tuba City in Arizona, we had 3 subs redeemed that we had to do all at once. One of them was Richie's, which was really good. It was basically just like a ton of meat, just like meat on top of meat on top of meat. That was pretty good. But one of the weird ones that I kind of liked recently was back in Seligman, Arizona, where Mingatu redeemed a sub that was just bread and garlic aioli, and it just goes kind of like garlic bread. It was delicious. Didn't even see Superman though. In 1967, 2 boys, 9 and 11 years old, traveled by mule and car to the Montreal World's Fair from Boston because their teacher said they couldn't read a map and their mother wanted to prove them wrong. Well, I thought we would see less cars in the middle of the desert. Me too, horizontal Bob. But I guess this is a major route that runs from, well, Santa Monica to, I don't know, Arizona. But it runs to 95. 95 is a route that runs from the Mexican border all the way up to Canada. So I think people use this as a route to get to 95 there. Just saw a short documentary about their trip. That's pretty cool. That's really cool, actually, Japan Envy. Pretty upset my Subways don't have the garlic aioli. Yeah, it was pretty good. I actually recommend it. If you threw some cheese on that and put the garlic aioli on and then the cheese and then toasted it, it would be like cheesy garlic bread. It was delicious. I don't know what they charged me for it. Probably too much for garlic bread, but it was really good. My doctor told me I had to quit garlic or I'd die, then I guess I'll just be dying. I kind of feel the same way. There's no such thing as too much garlic, Floppy Borbus. That's a saying in my kitchen. No such thing as too much garlic and no such thing as too much cayenne pepper either. Put that stuff on everything. Cayenne pepper makes every dish better. Everyone does, Alric. It's so good. Klaus Peter, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, and a welcome to the walk. All right. We may have hit the valley because it kind of seems like, or the dip, it kind of seems like we're going uphill a little bit now. Garlic is good for you, and it keeps away vampires. It also keeps away people that might want to kiss you, because they don't want to kiss you if you smell like garlic. That's very true. There really isn't, and in fact, the day I had a metric ton of garlic, I felt so good the next day. It's good for you, but I am a vampire. Oh, well, then you're missing out, Elric. I don't know what to tell you. You're missing out. I never got where that, where does that even come from? Like, I understand the creation of the vampire as a monster and all that, but who just like, well, coming up with this monster decided, let's give him a weakness. What should their weakness be? Garlic. That's the answer. I never got that. I don't want to kiss a vampire. Oh, they'd have better breath than a garlic eater, that's for sure. Alright. This is to do with the purity of the blood. Does garlic make your blood impure? Is it from a movie? That's what I'm asking. I don't know. I thought it was from, like, olden times when vampires were first invented, like books, Dracula and all that, but I don't know. Kind of like, you don't want to kiss garlic breath, you don't want to suck garlic blood. I guess that makes sense. So they just die because your blood too stanky, is that it? Vampires die because they can't handle the stank of your blood. Does it seep through your pores? Yeah, you actually sweat garlic out, which is weird. Cassidy Reloaded, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, and welcome to the walk. It was Anne Rice in her vampire book that garlic fear came in. Anne Rice is just a garlic hater then. No respect for Anne Rice. Hey, Mitch Lee, bro, I shake at every car passing car. You're crazy. It's dangerous. Let me tell you, man, we've been on far more dangerous roads than the one we're on now. But we've been out here walking for almost 6 months, man. Today is day 165 of our adventure walking across the country, so I'm just used to it at this point. These cars come close all the time. Heard all those, and I don't remember garlic, but it was like 20 years ago. Probably Bram Stoker, yeah. One or the other. Well, Bram Stoker's also a garlic hater. No respect. Hey, humanity. How's it going? Vlad the Impaler based on, well, Vlad the Impaler was, you also probably shouldn't respect him, but he was a kind of a cool dude. Kind of a cool, kind of atrocious, kind of war crime committing, kind of, you know, a mixture of all. What a monster. I did a report on him in school one year because I found it like super interesting and cool. Just like how deranged one person could be. But man, was he messed up. Man, was he messed up. What's the first thing you want to eat when you get to Needles that's not Subway? So it was when we get to Santa Monica. We left Needles about 3 days ago. But when we hit Santa Monica, the end goal here, I'm gonna eat myself a whole heap and helping of mashed taters, asparagus, and steak. Plus, I want to try to get a surf and turf option out there in Santa Monica because the seafood should be good on the West Coast. And I can compare it to my back home East Coast seafood, which is phenomenal. Looked up vampire garlic. The strigoi are believed to suck the milk from mothers and cows, the inspiration for Stoker's blood-sucking vampires, which is why Romanian peasants have long protected their livestock by smearing their horns with garlic. But beyond folklore, garlic is a must on every Romanian's plate. Interesting. I want a cool nickname like the Impaler. Well, apparently in order to get it, Floppy Porpoise, all you have to do is devise a kingdom, build that kingdom, and then keep invaders out of that kingdom by slaying thousands of people by sticking a wooden pole up their anal cavities and letting gravity pull them down through the metal pole until the pole comes out their shoulder blade. And then just leave those there for anyone trying to invade your country to see, and that's how you get nicknamed the Impaler. Impale people because probably didn't think it was so cool as much as literal. Well, just watch an ad for, oh, no, don't do that, God-given. No, that is terrible. I don't want to hear that. It's not impressed with the West Coast oysters. I'm not a big oysters guy anyway, to be honest with you, Danger Tater. It's kind of like just slurping down rock snot. But they're all right. I'd rather have clams than oysters. And I have no expectations for West Coast clams, let's be honest. East Coast clams are just where it's at. More historical answer on garlic vampire legend probably came from people with a blood disorder called porphyria, which was made worse by garlic and sunlight. Interesting. What's messed up was I saw a video of a dude failed himself actually exactly as you described because he jumped off a building. That is horrible. Hey, Smiles, just dropping by quickly to say hi for a friend and friends. How's it going, man? Hope you have a great day. Probably working today because it's beautiful out. And good morning, Rankin. Been a while? Yeah, man. How you been? Whew. Sorry, I'm breathing heavy. I'm just trying to make my way through this awfully large desert. Also, DJ Coke, thank you DG Coke, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, and welcome to the walk. Subway chowder and mashed potatoes. Now that sounds like a good menu to me. Why are you stopped? I'm not stopped, Janteeth. I'm moving. It's just everything around this desert looks exactly the same, so it doesn't actually look like I make any progress at any given point. Yeah, we're definitely, we're a little bit ahead of schedule right now, Rankin, for arriving on October 23rd. Which means we might be able to do like a half day or a rest day coming up here. Which would be good, because I haven't had a rest day since, well, Kingman, Arizona. And those weren't really rest days, because I had to spend the entire time running around trying to fix Mr. Wilson after his wheels exploded. So, I would appreciate a break. Gotta look up the name of the disease. Before he depletes iron, and an early treatment was drinking blood. Interesting. Waiting on a hailstorm, you need to be wary. There's zombies chasing you on the stream, too. Those are friendly zombies. Let me know when someone follows. My picture froze a little. And yeah, Fiddler Green, we are definitely in the middle of the Mojave. We've been in the Mojave for the past 3 days after we left. Well, actually, we've been in the Mojave for weeks. I guess the Mojave is just the name of the whole desert. But we've been in the California Mojave since we left Needles about 3 days ago. And that put us in a 140-mile stretch where we won't be able to get food. Luckily, we were able to hit a gas station yesterday morning so that we were able to resupply about 6 gallons worth of water. Dungeness crab, have it cooked, shell off, and cleaned, drop in butter, nothing better on earth. Everybody's like lobster tail. Well, that sounds good to me, God-given. That sounds really good. And that's West Coast kind of seafood. Does your voice echo there? No, there's nothing for it to bounce off of, Harrison Jace. It's just wide open nothingness. Dude, the sounds carry so loud and so long that last night I was kept up by the heat, but also just the sound of coyotes howling all night long. That's nothing new though. I have pretty much heard coyotes howling every night on this trip since I left Boston, to be honest with you. Every night I've been sleeping in a tent anyway. Not hotels, obviously, but any night I've been in a tent, you can just hear the sound of coyotes going at it all night long. Do you not care for lobster? Crab is best? Oh, come on, Floppy. What's wrong with a good lobster? So do you like ZZ Top now? Oh, I've always loved ZZ Top, man. She's got legs. She knows how to use them. Might be cool to clip the final line cross and post to r/livestream fails too. Just cool clips, not just fails anymore. That sounds good to me. I'm down. We were talking yesterday. Apparently there's some sort of procedure that you can go through to try to get on the front page of Twitch. And we were talking about maybe trying to get on the front page of Twitch for October 23rd for the crossing of the final finish line. But I didn't have a whole lot of service last night where I was sleeping, so I was unable to look into it or look it up. Plus I was on like 5 hours of phone calls last night, which was kind of crazy. Those were howling at the full moon. If they were, Principal Matthew, they probably were. Because that moon was bright again last night. Tried lobster twice at 2 different restaurants, and it was very rubbery, chewy, and not very tasty. Well, it is pretty rubbery and chewy, I'll give you that much, but I do think it is very tasty, especially if you just dunk that thing in as much butter as possible. So let's clip that. I won't get my PC. Cool. Do you look like ZZ Top? Not quite yet. But it's getting there. It's getting there. Whew. Wow, I gotta leave that bucket hat on, man. It is hot out here. And that sun just like immediately starts hitting your face. They're doing it wrong. Sun has to go somewhere. It sounds like coyotes going at it all night long. Yeah, man. I don't know what they're going at, but they're going at something. Hey, G, how's it going, man? Doing fantastic. How about yourself? That's what I've heard, but people also come at me with, try this beer, it's different, and they all just taste like, oh, well, now you've definitely lost me, Floppy Porpoise. Because to me, there's almost nothing better in this world than if someone was to hand me a plate full of lobster mashed potatoes and a nice cold beer. That sounds like heaven to me. Not sure if I'll be on mobile or laptop yet. Surely we have a crowd to make a clip, hopefully. What's weather in Boston, Massachusetts? I think it's in like the 50s and 60s. It's definitely fall weather. Like the leaves have started to change. All the Halloween celebrations are going on back there, and I'm missing out on all of it. Didn't say I don't drink beer, but they all taste, no, they don't, Floppy. They taste like the heavens. A nice IPA, there's nothing better in the world. It was cleaned and cooked. will make a huge difference. That's very true. Please don't say you prefer Budweiser to actual beer. No, Elric, no. IPAs, I'm an IPA man. It was my favorite beer. My favorite beer of all time, if anyone is ever in the Vermont region, is a brew called Fiddlehead. Actually, if you go to a game at Gillette, they serve it there as well. And it is so good. But there's a couple of go-tos that they also have, like pretty much at any gas station you can go to all day. IPAs are good, or Lagunitas or Sierra Nevadas, they're all fine. IPA shot, no, yes, Floppy. Yes, come to the dark side. How does Floppy know? Ciders are good too, Harrison Jace. I can do a cider. So a lot of times ciders are too sweet for me to like only be drinking ciders, but to mix in a cider every once in a while in there with a beer night sounds pretty good. 70 in Boston today, no kidding. 70 degrees in the middle of October in Boston. That's kind of incredible cross country. Stayed the weekend at my brother's place. A lot going on, so I've not been able to hang out on Twitch lately. No worries, G, but we love seeing you when you get the time, man. IPA, New Zealand PA, EPA, a few other pale ale styles are all pretty much great or awesome. Yeah, I tend to lean towards the New England IPAs myself. We're also watching you drink a Coors Light, which proves you're not picky with beer. Well, when I'm in the middle of desert and I haven't had a beer in like 2 weeks or a week anyway, I'll take whatever's given to me, given you. But also, you never decline a free beer, especially a cold one. Whoa. Tastes like rubbing alcohol or grapefruit juice. Okay, well okay. This might help explain it, Floppy Porpoise. I can't taste bitter. I do not have the gene that produces taste buds that can recognize bitter. Which is why the betterer for me when it comes to beers and IPAs. 60 degrees in Mojave. It is 96 degrees in the Mojave today. Real cider, Scrumpy, or chemical mass produced. Like Scrumpy ciders? I don't know if I've had any like really good ciders. There's a company called Down East Cider that makes ciders out of Boston, and they're pretty good. Just stay with New England. Boston Lager is pretty good. That's true. Have you tried the Lagunitas Citrusensis? I don't know if I have, Rankin. I usually just go with the normal one, or the little something. That's another good one. A good porter or imperial stout. I tend to stay away from the stouts. They're too thick for me. What's in your fancy beer mug? The mantle. Well, that's just Uncle Frank. That's where he wanted his remains. He's always said it would be funny. He never understood why. Maybe it's so that he could be Frankenstein. Well, we have Lagunitas IPA in UK. Yeah, you can get it pretty much anywhere, Alaric. It's good stuff. Stone Cold beer is good. I had it like 3 weeks ago. Never tried it. That would explain it then. Only defective taste buds enjoy IPAs. Well, I don't know about that, but I can only speak for myself, and I love them. Have you had Dixon cider? I haven't, Danger Tater, but this sounds pretty good. Triple hop IPA. Whew. That's a dangerous game, JKB. A little something is very tasty. I do like the little something. Is the video a looping GIF? No 6. Dude, it's just the desert. There's just nothing out here. It all looks the same for miles and miles. So I was talking about this to someone that was on a phone call with me yesterday. And like, I actually might have even brought it up on yesterday's stream, but I was ready for the heat. I was ready to walk long miles. I was ready for the elevation changes. My body's been through it for the past, 5-6 months. I'm ready for it, no problem. I can take on this desert, right? What I didn't account for is there is a psychological component to walking through this desert where literally you can walk 25 miles and where you end looks exactly the same as where you began. And it kind of just feels like you're walking on a treadmill. You start questioning on whether or not you're actually making any progress or if anything's actually going on. Your legs start hurting more and you're like, is it even worth walking more because I don't actually know if I'm making any progress? And it's pretty brutal. It beats up your mind pretty good. In the desert, there's a horse with no name. Really good. I use a dinosaur and save money in some rain. Lol. Save money on the green screen background footage in the desert. DDH Pale Ale is my next beer. Nice little 5.3. Nice. There is only one IPA I will drink, and that's because the alcohol content makes it worth it. Elysian Space Dust. I had an Elysian Space Dust. The last night I had a beer was in, well, actually before. The last time before the Coors was in Needles. And I went to a gas station and bought a tall boy of Elysian Space Dust. It was pretty good. Desert looks long, dark, tea time of the soul, wild place mentally. But I feel like it's one of those places, right, Helmet, where you go in there and you struggle a little bit mentally, but coming out on the other side, you're gonna be stronger for it, I hope. Either that or I'm just gonna be actually insane. Am I actually walking right now? Looks down and only see sand. Hey, Vibe, how's it going? Yeah, we're moving, slowly but surely, and you know, the scenery's not changing, but we're moving. Took a wrong turn, better turn around. Yeah, I'm all set on that one. Day 165, Sean eats a cactus sub. Lol. They have Elysian tall boys? They do! They do, yes. I was pretty worried about the California desert for you. I'm glad it's not horribly hot right now. Yeah, it's good. I mean, 96 degrees is way hotter than I wanted. And that's the other psychological component, JKB, is it doesn't actually ever cool down. Even like last night, it didn't even get below like 78 degrees, I think. So you don't really get any breaks from the heat. And there's no shade out here. So you're just in it and you got to deal with it. That's okay though. We can deal with it. 45667788889. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate you and welcome to the walk. And Cracking Tiger, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate you and a welcome to the walk. Okay, not seeing it locally to me yet. Vision quests are like that. Woo! I was also talking to a friend about that last night. Helmet is like, I'm kind of, after this trip, I kind of am a firm believer in not necessarily vision quest, but there was like some old Native American traditions where like when your son or daughter turned 18, you're supposed to just like let them loose into the wild and have them survive in the wild for like a couple of days or a week, just so that they can figure out what life is like when they actually have no one to rely on but themselves, you know? And I'm kind of down with that now. I kind of like that mentality. I feel like everyone at some point in their life should just like really figure out how to handle life when they're just all in their lonesome. Can you dig under sand and make underground bed like desert animals? Maybe I could, Harrison Jace, but A, that seems like it would waste a ton of energy that I don't have a lot of because I'm on rationing food. But also I'm very scared to dig in the desert because I'm very scared of what animals I might find while I'm digging. I do not want to tempt fate with scorpions, snakes, or spiders. I'm all set on that one. Cold front coming to Florida, turn around and come here, 60s overnight. That would be so nice. You're now club member number 3 along with Gecko and me, of those who got Sean to say something he didn't want to say. Uh-oh, why? What did I say? Oh God. Solo hiking can really change your perspective on life. It's just, even like with the solo hiking, right? So all the problems that I went through when Wilson broke down, right? And I just had to like quickly, in one night, try to solve all of the problems, put together a plan to get it all fixed up, knowing that I didn't have anyone out here to help me, and I had to do it all myself. And like the feeling of accomplishment that it actually worked out and I got it done is like a feeling that's impossible to replicate. You know what I mean? Wearing my helmet, it's just like, but I feel like it's something that's important for people to experience, if that makes sense. Hey, good morning, ABC. How was your tending? It was, you know, hot, but soft and comfortable because it was on sand. But I was kept up all night by the sound of howling coyotes. There's some cold European country that has snow all the time, and apparently they teach their kids how to use axes and make fires as toddlers just in case a blizzard comes and they get stuck. Nice. If you walk to Florida, I'll drive you back to Cali. Deal? Hello. No, I'm all set on that one, Derp Dog. All set on that one. I feel like there's an inside joke happening around me I'm not a part of. Orange Space Soda, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Appreciate you. And welcome to the walk. And that sounds so good right now. I could go for an orange soda. Just like a nice little Fanta. Oh yeah. You know, so you don't find any trees to hide behind? Nah, there's nothing out here. I did have a couple of bushes around me, and they were only about like half calf high. So they didn't do much to hide my tent or anything like that. I'm sure I'll use the sound bite for something. We'll definitely hear that. Learning to rise up in unexpected issues. Question, what was the mountaineering group that you're sponsoring all about? So the mountaineering group called Big City Mountaineers helmet, they're more, what they do is they take kids from disinvested areas. They work with organizations like the YMCAs and Boys and Girls Club across the country. And the YMCAs and Boys and Girls Clubs reaches out to them and says, hey, listen, we're hoping to put together an excursion for a couple of our kids here. They can all sign up for it, and we'll take them out, you know, camping and hiking. And that's what Big City Mountaineers does, is they work with those Boys and Girls Clubs and YMCA groups and puts together trips like that for the kids that belong to those organizations. And so it's not about like solo survival or sending kids out on their own, but it's about giving them the opportunity to experience nature in a way that they wouldn't be able to otherwise. How do you think this would be different if you were walking towards home instead of away from home, towards a tourist destination? To be honest with you, I wanted, like, first instinct, no six, I want to say that it would probably be easier to walk towards home because, I mean, I'd have the comfort of home to look forward to, but I don't actually think that that's true, because I'm also very excited to walk to a place I've never been before, and I'm still going to end up getting the comforts of home because, you know, all my family, friends, and girlfriend and everything like that are coming out. So I don't know that it's actually going to be too much different. There's more cars in the desert than I thought there would be. A lot more ABC, which is both a good and a bad thing. You know, good thing because if anything ever happened, there are cars that could help us out, but a bad thing because I hate dealing with all this traffic. John Sherry went out of business, too many days in hotels. Yeah, no, they did not. So they're more like introducing kids to the wilderness, the gateway drug to whole, like, yeah, exactly, exactly, that's it. That's it. Hey kids, you want to see some leaves? Lol. But no, that's it. It's all about getting kids to experience nature in a way that they would not normally otherwise get to. Which is cool. It's a charity that's close to my own heart, man, because, like, back when I was a kid, when I was in high school, I mean, I grew up in inner city. I grew up in Lowell. And when I went to high school, I joined a club, an outdoorsy club that was specialized in hiking, survival, and outdoors, and rock climbing, all that good stuff. And club totally changed my life, man. I fell in love with the outdoors. I fell in love with nature. It gave me an outlet for all my teen angst back in the day. So I was able to direct it towards solo hiking and doing all that stuff, and it just helped me out a lot. Like, he grew up in Lowell, L-O-W-E-L-L, Lowell. So I found this charity, and I was really excited to try to spread their message, help them out, and see if I can't give kids some of the opportunities that I had when I was their age, you know? That really helped me out. Try to help out some kids that might need it. Whew. It's so hot out. So let's give a whole synopsis here of what we're dealing with. I don't know how well we're going to be able to see this because I am still connected to the stroller, but this is it. I also don't know what you guys are looking at, so I'm doing my best here. This is the stroller. This is the back. This is what my gear and setup looks like. Got a couple of water bottles, got the Subway branding. This is the other side of it. I'd like to show you guys the front, but again, I'm connected by cables, so I can't see. And there we go. Congrats on the new setup. Hope things run smoothly for you. Well, thank you very much. It is a huge boy, Tim. It is huge. Gotcha.
And he drove by you, so he called me up and he's like, "Hey, man, gotta go check." You know, because we're a group of believers, and we all live together.
Okay.
And share everything together.
Sure.
Like a community type thing.
Yep.
And but we're actually believers, and we believe in the Bible and stuff like that too.
Gotcha. Cool.
But he's like, "Yeah, he looks like a nice man. You gotta go talk to him, see what." So I jumped in my vehicle and came out here to see what was going on.
Hey man, yeah, I appreciate that. No.
Yeah.
Cool.
I would invite you home, but
yeah, I appreciate it, but yeah,
you're
in the middle of the trip
thing that you're doing. But
I'll take that. Yeah.
If you ever get tired or anything, check out our website that's on here. Just a little thing about us.
Okay.
And then on the back here, we got a little website. Any of the
How's your followers going? Been going up? Yeah, sure, Davey. I think we're right around 3,000 right now, just shy of it. Whoop. That person was not paying attention. Cool, cool, cool. Hey, Kukuluku, how's it going? Where are you today? Right now we just left Junction City, Kansas. Walking across the country, you know, like any normal person.
Fucking awesome. Fucking Forrest Gump, man.
Yeah?
Shit. I just watched Forrest Gump the other day at work. At Yellow Night. Yeah.
There you go.
Woo! Fuck. I wish I could do that.
Oh, it's a big Well, sorry about that, guys. All right, hopefully we're back now. I don't know. I'm not really sure what's going on anymore. We're back. All right, sweet. Let me know if it goes dark again, because I don't know why it would have gone dark that first time, but apparently it did. I see saying, we did it. Yeah, Mr. Ned Flanders, thank you very much for the raid, by the way. Sorry that we came in while we were having some technical difficulties. We overheated on one of our hotspots here in the middle of the desert. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. But also, Smell My Bell, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, and welcome to the walk. Let's spill quick while you're here, and my hands are clean. Okay, let's do it. For anyone who's new here to the channel, just so you know what we're doing, we are currently walking across the entire continental United States of America. We left Boston, Massachusetts back on May 1st, and we are headed to the Santa Monica Pier in Santa Monica, California. The whole trip is going to span over 3,500 miles. We're projected to finish on October 23rd, and we are doing it all, eating nothing but food that you can buy at a Subway restaurant chain. All in partnership with a charity organization called Big City Mountaineers. It's a charity organization that takes kids and adolescents from disinvested communities out on adventures in nature and the wilderness. We are also officially sponsored by Subway. They are paying for all of our food as of Ohio to Santa Monica. They are donating $10,000 to the Big City Mountaineers charity organization, and they built us a custom-made to-order baby stroller, which is great because I use a baby stroller to push all of our gear and equipment in so I don't have to carry it on my back. Didn't catch that? Can you repeat? Oh, I will repeat. And Pogo Buchan, thank you very much for the gifted sub. That is so awesome of you. I really appreciate it. Stick around for a while, Lunacy. I'm sure you'll hear it again. Pookie rated with 1 viewer. Hey, Pookie, thanks. Santa Monica Pier is actually in Tampa, Florida. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not, though. Lol. We're so close, though, guys. We are less than, well, 12 days if you count today. 11 days if you do not count today away from the Santa Monica Pier. And every day that goes by, we're 1 day closer. It's magic how that happens. My husband just texted me, apparently some dummy didn't check a $100 bill for authenticity, and now the cops are questioning the employees. He's already proved his innocence. Well, that's crazy. And Pogo Buchan, thank you again for another gift sub to Mr. Ned Flanders. That's awesome of you. All right, hold on. It's your boy Lee. Nice that Subway reached out to offer their sponsorship. Yeah, so I will say we started walking on May 1st out of Boston, and we did not get reached out to until around Buffalo, New York, when Subway heard about our story and reached out to us, which was really, really cool. Paying for the food, if the computer system's working, well, that's true, Albeck, yeah. Every once in a while I gotta pay for our own, no biggie. I was planning on paying for it all, so it's nice. Thanks for the gift, so much appreciated, friend. Nice. What's wrong with it? I just partied at first this morning. Oh. Nice day for a walk. Isn't every day a nice day for a walk? True sensitivity. It's a little spicy out today. My body's not used to this 96-degree weather stuff, but we'll survive. Look at this landscape, wow. Yeah, and we're working our way towards this giant mountain range, which is a little intimidating, but also really, really cool and really, really cool looking, so I'm excited for it. Just put one foot in front of the other and we'll make it through anything that's in our way. So I'm gonna have to deal with that Secret Service over that little... Hey, Strikes of Blue, how's it going? Alright. Gotta drink some water, hold on. Your boy is dry mouthing. That's good. That's high quality H2O. Whew. 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 All right. I feel like at this point I might be taking gorgeous mountain views for granted because I've just been seeing them since I got into Colorado. But they are pretty amazing. How much someone didn't check a huge bill like that? No kidding. What made you decide on Subway? Just they had the most places? A couple of things, Derp Dog. Well, for one, they had more locations than any other restaurant chain in the US, which is helpful because it helps with availability and makes us deal with less droughts. But also their food is super healthy, you know, compared to a lot of other fast food restaurants. And there was enough diversity in vegetables allowed in there to allow me to stay very healthy during the entire trek across, which is super helpful. So nutritional value and availability were the two options that made Subway make really the only option. It's on a military base, so oof, that's extra crazy floppy. Hey, Richie, how's it going, man? Richie, 12 days away, counting today, man. 11 if you don't. and we're almost there to that pier. Next trip, you have to eat only roadkill. Hey, that sounds disgusting. Also, there's been a lot of states where there hasn't really been all that much roadkill. Kansas did a really, really good job of cleaning up all their roadkill. Yeah. But then again, Missouri had enough roadkill that I think if I just collected it all, I'd have enough to follow up the entire trip. Should have picked McDonald's by from you start, would still be fresh looking today. Yeah, that's gross. Also, I'd be dead because there's no nutritional value in that food. Food is healthy. I eat the Boston cookies every time. Yeah, there's some healthy stuff in there. You know, tomatoes, a fruit. Are there any vultures circling over your head? No, we haven't seen a whole lot of birds out here in the desert because there's nothing for them to perch on. Anytime you do see a bird, it's generally a crow or a raven, and I don't know why. Also, I think West Virginia legalized eating roadkill. A lot of states have floppy because they don't want them to like go to waste. Plus, why pay someone to clean up the roadkill if you can just have someone take it for free? It's gross. 12 has made its appearance more than once in this stream. Yeah. Hey, sir, it's doing fantastic. How about yourself? And hey, Hamilton Bone. Hello from Scotland, where it's green and wet and 6 p.m. All of that sounds good, man. I wish it was green and wet and 6 p.m. here. Instead, it is very dry, very dirt brown, and 10 o'clock in the morning and only gonna get hotter. First time viewer, where did you start and what's the final destination? That damned panda, we started in Boston, Massachusetts. We're walking all the way to the Santa Monica Pier in Santa Monica, California, eating nothing but food you can buy at a Subway restaurant chain in partnership with a charity. Can you mind doing an award for states at the end? Kansas State with the cleanest roads, Missouri State with the most dead stuff rotting in the ditch. Lol. Home of the meatball tuna sub. Gross. Was that in Ohio when we did that? Actually, I think the meatball tuna was in New York, wasn't it? It was pretty early on. Yeah. Maybe it was Ohio. I remember the exact Subway. I remember the workers there, the two younger girls and the one older dude. I remember the instance, but I don't remember where it was. Oh well. It'll come to me. Come on, road. Hi from the future over here in Santa Monica. It's about 68 degrees and it might rain today. True sensitivity, that sounds so good to me. 68 degrees, beach weather, and a little bit of rain. Oh my God, yes. That's where I'm headed. I was pretty sure it was in Ohio because that's why I made the crochet immortalizing it with Ohio colors. It might have been Ohio fog before, but to be honest with you, the line between Ohio and New York was pretty blurred. It happened all so fast. I'm trying to forget that, so don't remember where it was. Low. Live in West Virginia and have not heard of eating roadkill, but they have a subsistence hunting license. That's pretty cool. A subsistence hunting license sounds like a good idea pretty much anywhere. Started his journey by throwing other sub companies' food into the Boston Harbor. No, but I did bring a bag of tea that I dipped into the Boston Harbor because you gotta let them know that there's still shooters out here, you know? Have you found any giant cacti? I saw one giant saguaro, but it kind of felt like it was cheating because I saw it when I was on the highway walking down into Bullhead City, and I saw it in someone's backyard. So I think it was like their personal plant, not an actual wild cactus. So that's pretty upsetting. But aside from that, I guess the saguaro cactus are really only in like southwest Arizona and even farther south in California than where I am. Ohio talks mad crap about you, lol. Massachusetts sub party, yeah. Duluth fly, yeah. Lol. Tea into the Boston Harbor and sending Cornelius free of the Pacific. That's the plan, Helmet, yep. It's fitting. Tea in the Boston Harbor and somehow corn on the Pacific. The whir of approaching and passing vehicles, you could probably write a thesis on the Doppler effect at this point. No kidding. I gotta tell you though, true sensitivity, I am so blind to the cars now. I'm just so used to them. They don't even bother me anymore. Also, that damn panda, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it, appreciate you, and welcome to the walk. Saw that bird looking at Sean, was like, fresh meal. What, did you notice that bird was a crow, lunacy? Like, what are the crows doing out here in the middle of the desert? Pretend the G is a W for saguaro. Saguaro? It ain't quitting. How's it going? Ohio and West Virginia are race to the bottom. Lol. Oh yeah, Derp Dog, everyone's here. I have a feeling, right, because we're coming up on the end now, I have a feeling everyone that's been here since the start is gonna like congregate back, and we're just gonna get large amounts of people here for like the last week of the walk, which is gonna be super cool. I'm excited. Saguaro, you got it. Yeah, Saguaro. I like pronouncing the G though, Saguaro. I failed, well I didn't fail, but I did not do very well in pretty much all of my Spanish class oral presentations because my Spanish accent is horrible. And apparently they deduct points for the accent. Pros, look out for the guys walking along with baby carrots. Lol. Made a blue fly, he's a known troll in a channel and I frequent. Oh, I know you're not blue fly, you are great. No worries. Whew. Did you sleep in the desert last night? How were the stars? I did, Hamilton Bone, I did. I keep trying to get pictures of the night sky on camera, but like my phone camera is just not built for taking pictures of the night sky. That being said, there was a giant, I think it's like the waning moon, like the moon is coming off of the full moon, but it was still giant and bright and the sky was beautiful. But I did take a picture of my camping setup this morning and posted it to Twitter if you want to see it there. Fell into a saguaro once, and well, dirt biking wasn't pretty. Oof, Maida, that does not sound like a good time. When I was walking through that section of Arizona between Seligman and Kingman, right, when I was on the dirt roads, and for a while I wasn't even on roads, I would periodically get, like, there were small little cacti that were probably just little nubs coming out of the ground, and every once in a while I wouldn't see one and I'd kick it or something and I'd get needles all stuck in my shoes and in my feet, and it was not a good time. I hated it. When you were saying the A in jalapeno, just to irk people. Hey Reen, how's it going, man? Iron Mountain Pumping Station turn off is in 30 minutes, so the crow probably was drinking some nice cool water there. That sounds good to me. Oh yeah, I didn't notice that the aqueduct left us. I haven't seen that in a while. You know, I'm joking. Lol. Just past the full moon, and I was sleeping underneath the full moon. It was a blood moon, Hamilton, about 2 nights ago. And that was gorgeous, man. Except, to be honest with you, the moon is so bright out here when it's that full, because the sky is just so open and there's no light interfering with it, that, like, it actually keeps me up in my tent. It's so bright. I'm good, and you're doing fantastic, Raheen. You know me, every day we go here, every day that passes by, we're getting closer and closer to the end and making me feel more and more hyped, more and more excited, more and more just happy to be alive, man. Loving life. Oh, the super bright moon in the deserts, no nightlight needed. Oh, but it's horrifying, Floppy. I can't, like, it literally just shines right on through the canvas of the tent. And, like, I won't even consider putting my tent fly on. A, because rain is not something you have to be worried about out here. But also because that tent fly insulates like nobody's business. And if it's already 90-something degrees out here, I do not want it to be any hotter in my tent. So I leave the tent fly off and I just have the moon searing right into my eyes as I try to sleep. The amount of light pollution in the desert must make the night sky a treat. Oh, it's beautiful, Serge. Like I said, I wish I could actually get a good passable picture for you guys. What is the first thing you want to eat when you get to Santa Monica? Steak, mashed potatoes, asparagus, and hopefully a surf and turf option. Something specific to Santa Monica. West Coast fishies. Have you had Dixon cider? I haven't, but it sounded pretty good. I got it, Ziggy. I'm there. Lol. At least at the full moon, you can see creatures sneaking up on you. Well, that's true. But you can see creatures sneaking up on you anyway, because there's nothing for them to hide behind out here in the desert. It can be pitch black and you'd see a coyote coming at you miles away. You sleep buck naked? I do not sleep buck naked, although I do take my shirt off, and my shoes. So just my pants stay on. Oh, it's a fantastic thing that you were doing, Sean. Thanks, Halbeck. It's been a real treat. It's been a really cool adventure. Something that I feel like the likes of which has never really been done before, which is something cool to be able to say, man. Have you seen a jackalope yet? No jackalopes, but I have seen some desert hares. Some desert hares. They don't bother you. Hey, Stovetop. No, the coyotes don't bother me. That's what we're talking about. I forget what we're talking about. A rabbit with horns. Oh, I know what the jackalope is. I remember it from one of the Scooby-Doo movies when I was a kid. Imagine if you had been naked those couple of times you had to jump out of the tent because people were wondering about you. Yeah, see, that wouldn't have been good. Not to mention, I'm gonna be honest with you, some of the times that I've been sleeping in a tent have been in a park, and you don't want to get into an altercation with police while you're naked in a park. You know what I mean, Floppy? It's just not a good idea. Plus, I hate, there's not, like, very few things in this world I hate more than putting on clothes when you're wet. And you're always wet on this journey because you're always just drenched in your own sweat, which is gross for one. But I don't want to have to put on more clothes in the morning when I'm wet than I have to. Which means I don't want to take off more clothes at night than I have to. Jeff wouldn't let him, let Bug join him on the walk. Lol. I spent many nights sleeping on the ground in the desert. Have you really? It's a pretty surreal experience, Stovetop. It's pretty interesting. I had the thought last night that I was probably looking at the night sky from a perspective that no one in the world has ever seen it before. Like, who else has ever lied down in that specific spot in the desert, looked up, and seen the night sky, you know what I mean? In that clip, did you go in knowing what you were saying? I did not know. I was trying to be naked in a tent, and you forced me to be naked in public. Lol. No, you just got it when you repeated it? Yeah, I just got it there. Hey, somebody, my mom said you can step out on the cam for her to say hi when you can. Yeah, hold on, Raheen. Right here. There's a car coming by. Hello. There we go. Oh, now that car doesn't call me in for waving him down. I was stationed at 29 Palms for 4 years. Oh, no kidding, man. That's where we're headed, Stovetop. We're headed to 29 Palms right now. Hopefully we can take you on a trip down memory lane, but we probably won't be there for about 3 days. About 3 days. We still got a little whiles to go walking through this Mojave Desert. Sasquatch sighting. Well, thank you, buddy. No worries. He pulls his beard off at night and uses it as a pillow. Sometimes I wish I could. Sometimes, Floppy, I wish I could take my beard and I wish it was long enough I could wrap it around my head to cover my eyes so that I couldn't see the moonlight and use it like a pillow. But alas, as majestic as my beard be, it is not that majestic. No party pants today. I'm saving the party pants helmet. You better believe I'll be arriving to the Santa Monica Pier in those party pants. So I have to actually plan the outfits I wear around when I can wash my clothes next, and so that I can have the party pants ready to go at the Santa Monica Pier. Spent a night sleeping on a boulder in Joshua Tree. That's pretty cool, RG the Ruler. That must have been one heck of a night, man. Hey, thanks for the honks. That guy was nice. It doesn't look much different than this. Absolutely gorgeous sunrises and sunsets. The sunsets are unbeatable, man, I'll be honest with you. The way that the red hue of the sunset comes on over the desert skyline changes the color of everything around you, including the sand. It's pretty cool to watch. Pogo Buchan, thank you very much for the 100 bits. That is awesome of you. I really appreciate it. Cool experience, except it got very cold right before dawn. I'm not having that happen, RG the Ruler. I wish it was happening. I wish it was cool in the mornings, but it was like only as cold as like 78 degrees last night, and then started rising right again up to like 96 throughout the day today. This desert is just hot. There is no cool down period. It's not the party boy pants. Whew. Nah, Floppy Borbers, these are my party pants. These are the most stylish pair of pants that exist in the world, I promise you that much. 1970s, my dad drove his 911 Porsche on the roads around where you are. Dude, this would be a sick place to drive like a convertible or just a really nice sports car. Just straight roads that go on for miles. You can roll the windows down and just let the hair go free. Hey, Raheen, thank you very much for the 100 bits. That is awesome of you. Fortunately, with the direction you're heading and the road you're on, the sun sets right in your eyes. That's true, although for the like past 2 days, not yesterday, but the 2 days before that, I was walking south down 95, so I got the sunset on the right instead of in my face, which was nice. You can arrive at the Santa Monica Pier underdressed. That's what I'm saying, Helmet. You gotta Sunday bests to the Santa Monica Pier, and that means party pants and one of my safety yellow high-vis shirts, of course. Is there a command for, hold on, I missed that. Equipment that he's using? Yep, it's exclamation mark setup. Thanks, Danger Tater. Out of underwear in Kansas. Lol. Spent 10 days canoeing in the Green River through Utah, sleeping out under the stars. That was amazing. That sounds like an awesome trip, Hamilton Bone. I've only ever done a canoeing trip one time. It was down the Connecticut River in between Vermont and New Hampshire, and it was one of the best times I've ever had in my life. It was awesome. There was a whole party of us, like 20 of us, all in canoes. And at one point we all decided it was a great idea to just try to jump on each other's canoes, try to like pirate ship them and try to sink each other's canoes. And we only managed to sink like 2 of the canoes. But watching the people whose canoes sink try to drag it underwater to a shoreline so they could dump the water out was actually kind of hysterical. It's a good time. Well, Subway folks going to be at the Mission Complete party. I have no idea, Floppy Porpoise, I'm going to be honest with you. I let them know when the end date was going to be. And yeah, they said that sounds awesome and all of that, but that's all I got out of them. I don't know if they're actually going to be there. But it would be cool if they are. All right. They're going to show up and repossess Wilson. I hope not. You know, I don't think, Floppy Porpoise, that Subway Corporate has anything that they could do or any use for a baby stroller. So, I mean, I guess if they wanted to take them back, they could, but we'll see. And it was a fun time, Hamilton Bone. It was a really fun time. That was with that same club I was talking about that I was an instructor for back in high school, you know, just an outdoor survival one. And had a lot of life-changing, you know, memories and good times with that club. So that's why I love the charity that I'm partnered with so much. I feel like I'm giving a lot of kids an opportunity to go on some of the trips that I had some of the best times of my life on. And give them a bill for all the subs. Lol. Part of sucks, everyone is negative Nancy's and all hail corporate. Yeah, that sounds about right, Tater Tater. That sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Whew. How long did it take you to figure that out? Lol. That sounds about right. But it was worth the try, though. I appreciate the effort, Tater Tater. Lol. Alright. Are these mountains actually getting any closer? Has anyone actually noticed? Or are they still just the same distance away as they were when I started stream? I like go to Reddit for video game guide, everything else is just bad. Yeah, Reddit has its purposes, you know, just like anything else, but they also have their trolls. Hey Wolfie, how's it going? Happy walks? Thanks, man. We're so close to the end here. So close to the end. This really, the hurdle that we're in right now, right? This Mojave Desert stretch is really the last hurdle on this trip. Once we overcome this, it's pretty much smooth sailing. We're gonna be a little bit uphill and mountains and whatnot, but it's pretty much smooth sailing. We don't have any more pushes. We can just walk at 20 miles a day base and not have to worry about getting extra mileages any days. And just walk to Santa Monica. It's gonna be nice. How are the feet? They're holding up all right. My calves are a little sore, but the feet are doing fantastic. That's where the time lapse comes in handy. 1 hour later, the mountains are 1 centimeter difference. Lol. Hey VG, how's it going? How is she going, eh? All right. Whew. It's like, but seriously though, Danger, it's like I gotta pick one point on these mountains to focus on, and like generally it works if it's a point to the far left or the far right, and I have to watch that point to see how it changes, and that's the only way I can tell that I'm actually getting closer to these mountains. It's pretty crazy. It's psychologically just like something else, man. It's tough going. Still a couple of miles to Coachella. Oh man, dude, where does Coachella happen? Is it just like in the middle of a desert like this? That'd be crazy. I cannot imagine having a festival out here. There is nothing around in the case of emergency. I posted a while back that I was buying stilts for Halloween costume, but that's not happening anymore because I nearly broke my arm falling off of them. Lol. Sorry to hear that. Hope you're okay, Floppy Porpoise. But yeah, that's about right with stilts. The comment on your YouTube vid. I didn't see it. Watch the clouds instead. You can't actually use the clouds. The clouds are moving. gods are moving, and I'm also moving. I can't trust their movement to determine my own movement. It's gotta be something stagnant. Greetings, dehydrated food, desert walking madman. Hey, Godzilla. Let me tell you, I had that dehydrated ham for dinner last night and for breakfast this morning, and it was actually not bad. It was pretty good. The mountains do seem closer. I can see more detail in the middle one. And on the right, you're gonna walk the 62. Yep, we're on the 62 right now, Wolfie, and this is what's gonna take us all the way into Palm Springs, I believe, and then from Palm Springs, I think we're tracing 10 up into Monica. Is Burning Man done in that area? I think Burning, we looked it up yesterday. I think it's in Nevada. A call box? Yeah, you get those every couple of miles in case there's ever a real bad emergency. What's crazy is the actual like circus type stilts are just thin sticks, but they're more expensive than drywall stilts, which are just thick feet. Interesting. Order some takeout Subway. Pogo Buchan, if I could find a service that would drive takeout Subway into the middle of the desert to a person that has no address because there's nothing around, I would absolutely be ordering takeout Subway, but there's no way to get it to me. A mile marker? I didn't even notice it. Whew. That's all right though. We don't need fresh food. We have dehydrated Subway jerkies and about 20 bags of chips, of which I think I only have about 12 left. But that's perfect. If we only got 3 days, I can live off 12 chips for 3 days. Whew. You aren't hard to find? Well, that's true. I mean, there's nothing else around here. I stick out like a sore thumb. But when you enter into the app, hey, just drive out on 62 into the desert until you see a man in a bright yellow shirt walking on the side of the road, they immediately decline your order. Fun fact, they won't service that. Raheem, thank you again for the 100 bits. I request the nipple dance. Lol. All right, I can give you a nipple dance for that. Maybe next time you see an officer, Eric, you can bring your fresh up. Hey, Sean, what percentage of the trip is done, roughly? About 94%, something like that, roughly. 96%, 95, somewhere in between there. I'll throw a delivery for you. Thanks, Floppy Porpoise. Do you ever feel like Forrest Gump? Congrats on your jersey. Hey, LVBZ, I do feel like Forrest Gump. All right, here's the nipple, Raheen, in the mouth. And it's high quality H2O. Isn't Tom Cruise Top Gun in 29 Palms? Is it, Wolfie? That would make sense. I mean, the scenery in that film looks like the scenery here. I don't believe it. SUVs like WTF. Yeah, I'm a little worried, Floppy Porpoise, now every time I do a nipple dance that someone driving by is just gonna like call the cops on me. No problem, Raheem. Anything for you, man. That's another air call. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm a little worried that's actually happening, but that's okay. Eric's my bestest friend now, so he can get calls all people want to call him. New call officer Eric coming up. Eric knows, all right? And I'm okay if Eric wants to come by and say hi again. He's a cool dude. Go up the cops and nipple dance. Well, Tom Cruise is going to film a movie or part of one on the space station doing a spacewalk. Insane. That is pretty insane, gosh, RX. I did hear about that. I don't know how I heard about that, being in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the desert, but I did hear about that. I'm just waiting, gosh. I am waiting for the day when you can do private space flights to the space station or private flights into space, because your boy wants to go into space. I went to college studying with the specialty in astrophysics. Didn't finish, sure, but I went there for it. I love me some space stuffs. So it was someone calling Eric that made him show up, not a random thing. No, this morning, Floppy, he was just driving by. That was just a random thing. But the first time we met Eric was like 2 days ago. And the first time we met Eric was because someone called him. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he's gotten more calls, but he just knows that I'm out here. So he knows if someone calls about someone on the side of the road that it's probably just me. Look at that big hill you have to walk up. Yeah, I'm looking at it, T-Bit. I'm also looking at the mountains and thinking that somehow I gotta get on the other side of those mountains, and I don't know how that's gonna work. Space is fake, the flat earth and all that jazz. Low. Yeah, I'm doing well. So you nice, Tom Cruise is flat. Low. You're in space now. This looks like Mars. It actually does, though, Adams. We passed by a place in Flagstaff, right? Flagstaff, Arizona, there was a place called the Lowell Observatory, and right outside the Lowell Observatory apparently is where they tested out the Mars rover, because the landscape out there was what they could find that most closely resembled that of Mars. So if that tells you where we are, then that tells you where we are. I'm down, Raheem. You and I will go buy our tickets together, man. Fly to the space station. Crazy World, Tom Cruise can film in space, but we can't get a delicious Subway sub delivered to our guy in the desert. Lol. I don't have the same star power as Tom Cruise, you know. I'll totally sign up for the space stuff after they let other people test it first. Oh, I'm so floppy. I'm so hyped on it. I would go even before the test flights. I would be the guinea pig. Send me to space, baby. The Artemis may go in November. That's awesome. Next month is my birthday, and now too, I missed this walk. Oh, Raheem. Well, happy birthday, man. Better for it to look like Mars than Uranus. Well, that's true. Deal. No, I don't want to be anywhere that looks like Uranus. Thanks for asking. Hey, Fire Prozzy. Yeah, we're in the Mojave Desert. We're in a 140-mile drought right now between where subway locations are. The last one we went to was in Needles, California, and the next one we're going to is up ahead in 29 Palms. It's gonna take us 6 days to get through that. We are currently on day 4 of that 6-day walk, so we are pushing it through the desert pretty good. Can you get Tom Cruise to bring you a sub? That'd be nice, Pogo. If you can, well, that would be awesome. Tom Cruise comes out here and do my own stunts. I brought you a sub. I guess there are no subways in space. Lol. Glad you do well. Welcome, nice. You say Uranus? Yeah, we're talking about space. Have you played Kerbal Space Program? I have not, Ziggy. I don't even know what that is. Hopefully people forget Tom in space. Hopefully not. That's terrible, Lindsay. Have you been to Death Valley? I have not, no, and hopefully this won't take me there, because it's already 96 degrees, and I don't want it to get any hotter than that. I think red flags is in that area. A red flag is the Air Force Top Gun. No. Same, I'll be a test dummy. If I die, but at least I did something important. Like, right, Derp Dog? At least, yeah, I made it to space. Unless, you know, I blow up on the launch pad or something like that, then I guess I didn't make it to space. But at least I tried. Why was he talking about Floppy's anus? I was talking about the planet, Uranus. I don't want it to look like Uranus. Can't stand him as a person, but damn, I love his movies. If there was a one-way trip to Mars, I'd do it anyway. At least I'd have the experience. Lol. Hey, Pookie, how's it going? Oh, boy. All right, all of a sudden, everything just opened up into sand. Good. Good. This looks like at some point there may have been some amount of water flowing through it, but probably not for a very long time. I think it would be a great game for you. I think you'd love it. I'll check it out, Ziggy. I'm always down for game recommendations. I feel like once this walk is over, though, I feel like I'm not going to have a whole lot of free time, because I'm going to be streaming 20 hours a week, plus working full-time, plus doing real estate on the side of that as well. So gaming might be hard, but when I do have the time, I'll check it out. I gotta get going, have a good day, drink water. Will do, G. Have a great day yourself, man. Fun fact, 63 years could fit inside your anus. Well, imagine getting your car stuck in the sand there. Eel roll. Like I was saying, I was walking through the desert, and there was a particular part yesterday where people apparently like to go off-roading, and there was a big sign right at the start of it, and the sign had a warning sign on it that read, what could only take a few minutes to drive into could take hours or even days to walk out of. Perform proper maintenance on your car. So that would be horrifying. Imagine being on the paint crew that got to paint the lines on this stretch of the highway. Oof, very hot. Matt, thank you so much for the subscription for 4 months. That is awesome of you. I really appreciate it. So they got tired of making some type of shoulder. Lol. Pretty sure back in the training days, you said bottle the desert and bring home with you. Ooh. Billions of years ago, this was an inland sea. You're walking up and out of a basin towards the shore, which is the mountain. Super cool place geologically. Wearing my helmet, I found clam fossils in Colorado. And the last day I was in Colorado on 160 down there on the Ute Mountain Reservation land, which is really, really cool because that proves that it was in fact an inland sea. And Raheem, thank you again for the 100 bits. Take all my money, Sean. You don't have to do that, but thank you very much. Old man, Cybercat. I'll have you know I am 26 years old, although my bones feel much, much older. Glad to see that stretch of the road is relatively barren and the shoulder looks more comfortable than other places. Yeah. Well, I like the fact that there's a little bit less traffic than what we were dealing with on 95 the other day. So it's a little bit more manageable, but I still wish there was slightly more protection from the passing traffic. Got some rocks from everyone. Clam fossils awesome. Yeah, here. Hold on, I don't know how well they come through on the camera, but I keep them in my pocket because I don't have anywhere else to put them. Oh God. Get out of my pocket, you clams. Look at that. So that's the inside of the clam. That's the clam shell itself. That's the front of the clam. And that's the tail of the clam back there. Yeah. That's another part of a clam. Clams are cool. Oh God, Poco Beacon, thank you for the 100 bits. That is awesome of you. Sorry, I was distracted by my clams. Hey, watching persons, how's it going? Need some rain, but sadly that won't happen. No kidding. Hey, Derek East, how's it going? Don't think it's time we name those horses no name. Lol. Truck through the mountain go. It was tough, but we made it through, of course. First person to Kappa gets a sub to me. Yeah. Just 26 years old. Are you just walking? Yep, Cybercat walking all the way across the country from Boston, Massachusetts to the Santa Monica Pier in Santa Monica, California. Are you passing the Salton Sea? No, don't eat that. Lol. Well, I'll be clammed. Great stuff for a book cover. Nice. Super neat. Thanks for showing them. No problem. Wearing my helmet. I'll show people in person who come to the pier. How do you know it wasn't an old trash dump that you rummaged through for clams? Because the innards of the clam were still in there fossilized, which was really cool. It was not just the shell. No one taking Ziggy up on that offer for the free sub. Lol. What has been the most difficult stretch so far? The most difficult 3-day stretch, right, was between Seligman and Kingman, Arizona, when I was on dirt roads, sometimes not even on roads. I had to jump over barbed wire fences. They had like 80% grades that went up like multiple hundred feet at a time. That was terrible, and that's where Wheelson actually ended up braking because the road was too difficult for him. His wheels exploded. But the most difficult single-day stretch was coming up Wolf's Creek Pass. That was definitely the hardest single day. Doing all good. Hope you're doing good as well. I'm doing fantastic, watching persons. We're only 12 days away, if you count today, 11 if you don't, from the Santa Monica Pier, man. We are so close to being done this trip that we've been walking for 6 months that it is amazing. You guys are no fun. I don't want to use lol. Clam collector, where I find them in oof barbed wire. Yep, I actually had a scratch on my arm because I was able to, what I had to do is I had to empty out Mr. Wheelson here, throw everything inside of Mr. Wheelson over the fence, and then I had to lift him up and over it. But the fence was 4 lines high and too tall for me to get over, so I had to then army crawl underneath it. And I cut my arm on something. I don't even know what, but we made it through. We're so close to being done. I'm so tired. My legs are killing me. Yeah, interestingly enough, I feel the same way, Floppy. My legs kind of hurt a bit. Picture opportunity coming up, like an hour, Rice Desert signpost. Nice. Imagine not being a sub at the finish line. Lol. I like the way you think, Siggy. Lol. Do you need a tetanus shot? No, I am all up to date on all of my shots. Thank you very much. Tetanus is not a concern out here in the desert. All right. How much food can Mr. Wilson carry? It's a complicated question, DL Miller. So I will only carry 3 days worth of food because after that it starts to go bad. And even actually in the desert, it started to go bad even faster, and I had to throw out all of my food after like 2 days instead of 3. So instead of eating fresh food now, we've moved on to the dehydrated bits, which are basically Subway subs that my parents bought back home. Took the meat and veggies outside of them, dehydrated them, and made Subway jerky, vacuum sealed them, sent them out to me so that they're good for months. And I've been eating that jerky now for, well, since yesterday. And that I have about, I think, 30 subs worth of, so we're gonna be pretty good. Do you see the clip I sent to you, Sean, saying naughty things? Lol. How do you sleep in the desert? It's been rough, Space Cora, I'll be honest with you. It's nice and soft because I'm sleeping on sand, which is much better than sleeping on, rocks or roots or whatever else I've slept on this trip. But the moon, it's been a full moon the past couple of days, and the moon has been super bright, keeping me up. The heat has been really, really hot and keeping me up. And the sound of the coyotes howling all night long has also been keeping me up. I'm 25 and already have sciatica. What should I do? Oof, you gotta keep active, Derek. I know it's hard to do, but you gotta keep active. He was talking up Jimmy John's like a sailor. Well, I was not. That place stinks. How does it taste in jerky form? About the same? No, it's way better than regular form. Jerky form is not great. The only one that's like really edible that like tastes like pretty good actually is the dehydrated ham. But the turkey and the roast beef is not great. Hey Inicio, how's it going, man? I got another streamer say it, but ride the line, didn't have clips enabled, but I have convinced him to enable it now. I wanted to send a clip back to you. Well, coyotes, be careful. Ah, that's all right, Inicio. Coyotes are the cowards of the animal world. I was talking to a friend, so there was a time back in Ohio, I think it was like the last day I was in Ohio, right? I was sleeping in a spot that I was not perfectly comfortable with, but I had to get into the woods because there was a thunder and lightning storm that was coming. And at like midnight, halfway through the night, right, after the rain had subsided and stopped, there were coyotes right outside my tent, and they were rummaging around, making all sorts of noise, sniffing around and everything like that. And I got so fed up with them because I was so tired that I literally opened up my tent door, stood up, and shouted, "Do something or get out of here." And the coyotes ran away. And that was one of the interactions I have had with coyotes on this trip. But basically every night since I've left Boston, I've been hearing coyotes out here. What's up from Reddit? Hey, the Cyber Jesus, how's it going? Welcome in from Reddit. It's 95 by 80. I'm there. It's Guru Rose. Are coyotes dangerous? No, not really, Space Cora. I mean, they can be if they're like rabid or diseased or anything like that, but generally they don't want to fight you. They're very scared of you. How's your legs? Hey, you see my legs are doing awesome. 120 at noon. Well, how does one get a free subscription? He has to tag Ziggy Sinene and type in Kappa as well. Interesting. I would have thought that roast beef would taste about the same as beef jerky. The problem is, DL Miller, is it's already cooked. And when you make beef jerky, you dry the liquid out of it, but the liquid, like the taste of the liquid kind of seeps in and stays in the beef, so it tastes like beef juice in a way. But once it's already been cooked and all the beef juices are gone, when you try to dehydrate it again, you no longer get that same flavor. And woo! Those guys were awesome. They were hyped. That was the hype van. That was cool. Black Bear, the biggest guards. That's true too. Cyber juice ones as well. Too late. I joined you. It's kind of scary. I hate spiders. Oh, that's okay. I'm way behind. I think main stovetop wants one as well. Like it was what's below. Cardboard jerky beefsteak is way better than roast beef. Yeah, but they don't sell beefsteak at well, they have regular steak, I guess, at Subway. Yeah, they do. Think about that. Yep. Weird things, right? Weird things that you never thought you'd have to think about, but come up on this trip, man. The Ghost 81, Nelly Bean, and Seabid Zero. Thank you guys all very much for the follows. Appreciate it. Appreciate all of you, and welcome to the walk. Those guys in that van were super hyped. I like that. And Ziggy, thank you very much for the gifted sub. Appreciate it, man. We got a winner. Eater and low. All right. Are you in California? More and more hits? I am in California. Yep, we left Needles about 3 days ago, and we've been walking through the Mojave Desert ever since. Just loving life. So we didn't get into... It would have been day 161 of the walk that we got into California, right? Day 161, because today's 165. 4 days ago is when we got into California. Yep, that makes sense. Lol. Ziggy's the best, Poppy. California Desert, yep, west of Vidal Junction on 62. Headed towards, eventually, 29 Palms, hopefully. That's where the next subway is, and it's the next time we'll be able to get food on this walk across the country. All right. Come on, baby, come on, baby. Yeah, we were able to pick up 6 gallons of water yesterday. At the Chevron at Vidal Junction. At 6 gallons of water was going to help us get through 93 miles from there to 29 Palms. We're trying to do those 93 miles in 4 days of walking. 1 day is already down. We did 28 miles yesterday. And so we got 3 more days left in this desert. And I got about 4 gallons plus whatever is in my water bottles in my Camelback. So roughly 5 gallons of water left for those 3 days coming up. Whew. But I gotta tell you, it is hot out. 96 degrees is the high today, and it's gonna be pretty brutal walking through it. We'll make it though. We'll make it. I could just use like a little bit of wind would be nice. Oh yeah. It's a beautiful day, more and more hits. Listen, this is not the hardest terrain we've ever walked through. This is not the hottest temperatures we've ever seen on this walk. 104 degrees was the hottest temperature we've ever walked in Kansas. That was rough. It's not very humid out here, so it's very, it's reasonable. So we're gonna be okay. With a sick 11% humidity, that place sucks the water right out of you. Yes, it does, Stovetop. Yes, it does. But I'd rather it be 11% humidity and 96 degrees than have it be 80% humidity and 96 degrees. That sounds absolutely terrible. Hey, Nelly Bean, good thing you were going when it wasn't 116 out there. Yeah, no kidding. Only about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, it was 120 degrees out here in Laughlin, Nevada, which is where we were about a week ago now. You have to go through inspection? I did not, Richie, no. We hit the gas station just on the right side of inspection and not have to go through it. And hey, Marty Griff, how's it going? Passing any towns, villages in case you need a stop for more water? No. Nope, there is nothing out here, and I checked between the Chevron gas station we stopped at in the morning yesterday and 29 Palms. So that's why we had to make sure that we grabbed enough water to get through this next 4 days. That's why we grabbed 6 gallons. Theoretically, you'd only need about 5 gallons to get through 4 days. We grabbed 6 just in case the trip runs a day longer or anything wrong happens. Okay, it gets pretty toasty in the Mojave. Yeah, no kidding, Nelly Bean. No kidding. Your boy was born and raised in New England, in Massachusetts. I am used to New England temperatures. In October, it should be like 60-something degrees. It should not be 96. That is too hot. How do you prepare for a cross-country trek? Some more and more hits. Before I left for this trip for 8 months, I walked 10 miles a day, 3 to 5 days a week. I streamed three of those days, most weeks. And that was to get my endurance levels up, because now I'm doing anywhere between 20 to 30 miles a day. I also had to work 3 different jobs to try to raise the funds. And I also went out there and tried to bid for a couple of sponsors, which I managed to get a couple of, to help pay for the trip, because the whole trip was going to end up costing me around $25,000 for the cost of hotels, the cost of food, and the cost of paying my rent and utility bills while I'm away, plus my student loans, car payments, and everything else like that. So it was a lot of fundraising and a lot of physical training. There is definitely a mental aspect that goes into it too, but I use the Twitch chat here to keep me sane so that I didn't have to worry about the mental aspect. I do a temperature limit during the trip. Would you say nope, being out? Marty Griff, so there were 2 times in Kansas alone, 2 times where we had to take off 5-day periods. My temperature limit was originally 100 degrees. I didn't want to walk in anything higher than 100 degrees. So it hit that when we first got into Kansas in Atchison. I had to take 5 days off because for that 5-day period it was over 100 degrees. And then we made it to Salina, Kansas before we had to take another 5 days off because we were seeing temperatures as high as 106 degrees. But eventually I ran out of days I could take off because I have to be back by November 1st in order to go back to working full time because I'm broke. And that put us into walking through a 3-day period where it was like 102, 104, 104, and it was pretty brutal. So what we were doing is we would walk during the first part of the day, take off from like 11:30 or noon to like 5 o'clock p.m. and then walk from like 5 to 8 just to get our mileage in. That's what we had to do. If you had just stayed with a commune that could have taken care of you, it's true, Floppy. And think about how many new friends I'd had if I just stayed with the commune. Well, that's scary. Yeah, it wasn't great each and everything, but we made it. Go to Slab City. I did not horizontal map. We were not close enough, I don't think. Some guy at the beginning of the trip invited Sean to his call. Don't know where at. That was in Lakeview, New York, Floppy Porpoise. And yeah, I'm broke. I'm out of buddies. I have no monies left. Lol. So there's something you're gonna have to consider when you reach the end of this road. After Yucca Valley, you have to go through a narrow, windy canyon. It's at the end of 62 before you hit 10. That's fun. So unfortunately, right, the Stovetop, one of the things I've learned over this trip, man, is that sometimes you just have to commit to your route, and knowing that it's going to be hard, but you have to commit because there's nothing worse than wasting your time or wasting time walking back and forth trying to find a better route. So we're probably just gonna have to commit going through there and hopefully don't beat ourselves up too bad. The road is dead end, gotta turn around a little. Reddit says Subway's paying you big time. Reddit says Subway's paying me big time. Guys, listen, hold on. I got a lot of love for Subway. I love their food. I love their product. I love Subway. I love the attention that they've given me for this. They donated $10,000 to the charity. They're paying for all my food, which is amazing. And they built this stroller, which is amazing, but they're not paying me nothing. I'm not getting money from Subway. Well, lost so much weight, he's gonna blow away. That's true. I'm probably about 56 down. They're frequently wrong. Yeah, that's it sounds like Reddit, just maybe a little bit of spreading of some misinformation. But no, I'm not getting paid by Subway. They are paying for my food, that's something. Absolutely just wanted to give you a heads up because of the traffic. Tons of blind turns, the traffic is doing 60 plus. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun, Stovetop. I appreciate the heads up, man. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know. That's actually gonna help me a lot because like I said, we are in the final days here, and being able to plan where the hardest parts are gonna be helps me more effectively plan on when I'm gonna get to certain parts, which is good. Is that actually what they're saying over on Reddit, Danger Tater? That's crazy, man. Oh, that's crazy, man. Wait, are you planning to turn south to Palm Springs? That is a wonderful, wild, steep as heck road. Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, the way the GPS is taking me right now is it's just having me take 62 straight on into Palm Springs. So that should be fun. The internet loves to claim they know things. Lol. I mean, not much. It's already downvoted and quiet now. Just like 10 comments, 8 I downvoted. Oh, perfect. Sean is walking to Beverly Hills to choose his new house, courtesy of I wish, man, that'd be cool. Dude, if I moved to Beverly Hills, it'd be like Beverly's Hillbillies in real life. I could do that. Woo. Woo. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but the desert is just like hot. It is just hot everywhere. There's no escape from the heat. It's like you can walk on the sand or you can walk on the asphalt. Either way, you're just reflecting heat up into yourself. You have the heat from the sun coming down at you. You're just getting sandwiched by heat at all times. It's kind of fun. Check Clancy. Well, wasn't Beverly Hills documentary? I do not think so. I saw the Reddit comments. Those people are trash, absolute garbage. I'm interested to see them now. I gotta read them now. I gotta read them now. Oh well. I got it down. I kind of love it. I've heard, there's a saying out there, I forget who says it, Floppy, but there's a saying out there where you don't know you're actually successful until people start hating on you, you know? So if we're getting a little bit of hate comments in there, I'm kind of down with it. I gotta see that. The people that clearly never done anything with their lives, they hate on people who do. Yeah, that's good though. Schnitzel Womp, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Appreciate you. And welcome to the walk. I'm one of those people, Floppy, though. Sometimes I get fueled by the hate, you know? Like I was talking about it yesterday. Thanks, Space Koara. Breaking news, the desert is really hot, lol. But I was talking about it yesterday when I met this guy in, right before the tough part, in between Stlingman and Kingman, who told me that I couldn't go that way. And then he sat there and like waited and watched me until I turned around and went the way he said I could go to make sure I didn't go the other way. And I hated that guy. And so I had to like turn around and walk like 100, 150 feet back before he finally left. And then I just turned around and went back the way I was originally planning on going. And I was like, I don't care how bad it gets here. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna get through it in 3 days, just to spite that guy who told me I couldn't make it. Sometimes it's just a great form of motivation and power. And hey, DJ Black, man, how's it going? I must really be on top of the world because I might have to fight another mom today when I grab the kids. She was spewing mad hate. Oof. Why she gotta be like that, Floppy? Why she gotta be like that? There ain't no need for it. But yes, just let it fuel you. Let the hate run through you, you know? A little Emperor Palpatine in there. My favorite, I bet the wood, shove a sub. Live streaming if sub hate him. Lol. Interesting, Ziggy. That's an interesting comment. That's pretty great. Oh, that's it. Lol. Do it. Do it. That's a pretty creative comment. Interesting. I'm about to go out, just checking in. Temp here exactly half of yours. Oh man, I wish, DJ, but have fun going out, man. It sounds like a good time. Out. Want to spiel? Yeah, why not, T? So for anyone who's new here to the channel, just so that you know what we're doing, we are currently walking across the continental United States of America. We left Boston, Massachusetts on May 1st, and we headed to the Santa Monica Pier in Santa Monica, California. The trip is going to span over 3,500 miles. We're looking to finish it on October 23rd, and we are doing it all eating nothing but food that you can buy at a Subway restaurant chain, all in partnership with a charity organization called Big City Mountaineers, which is an organization that takes kids and adolescents from disinvested communities out on adventures in nature and the wilderness. We are also officially sponsored by Subway. They are paying for all of our food from here on out, from Ohio to Santa Monica. They are donating $10,000 to the Big City Mountaineers charity organization, and they built us a custom made-to-order baby stroller, which is great because I use a baby stroller to push all my gear and equipment in so that I don't have to carry it on my back. And good night, Derek East. Have a good one, man. Mini muffins. Little Debbie. Oh, good. Your tax dollars at work rebuilding California. Hey, DJ Mark, how's it going? And Becky Jim 33, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, and welcome to the walk. Well done, man. Thank you very much. Whew. I appreciate it. We're so close to the end, man. We are so close. And hey, Pleaglow, we are only about 12 days if you count today, 11 if you don't, days away from the end here. And probably only like 230 miles left to go or something like that. Or 200, I don't know, 230, that sounds right. Why not? I'm very tired. It's very hot in this desert and I just walked up that short little hill. I'm so glad you're on the back roads through here. Me too, T. Yeah, we made the right choice. We made the right choice for sure. Sign looks dangerous. Your tax dollars at work, rebuilding California. Traffic fines doubled in construction zone. Oh, construction zone? That's not dangerous. Construction zone means people. People means water. And water means life. So that's all very good. Whew. All right. A lot of sweat build up on the face now. I am going to start hallucinating soon. Look at the construction, so much being built. Lol. Road work next 9 miles. That means, Danger Taylor, that we're not going to see anyone doing any work until like mile number 8. Then we'll see like 6 dudes out here that have had cones up on the last 9 miles of work. That's what's going to happen. Dark color work for California. Nothing's happening. Low. Construction zone. Delays, Sean, 5 days. Hey, let's not do that, lunacy. Not a lot of traffic today, which is good. Yeah, 62 has been a lot better than 95 was given to fly. First of all, there's a lot less semis on here, but a lot less traffic in general as well. So it's been very good. You really think you'll see workers? Prediction? Okay. I'm actually down with that, yeah. Why don't we run a prediction on that? I don't know how long we're going to be able to stream. Like, I don't know if we'll be able to stream throughout all 9 miles of it, but we can run a prediction on that. And then if I see workers, I'll take pictures of them as well, so I can prove that I saw them. Oh, nice breeze truck, yes. That felt good. I'm convinced that most construction is just money laundering. Lol. I work in construction, floppy porpoise. You know, when I'm not walking across the country or selling houses. No wage take us as long as it does. Lol. Let's just pray you don't catch a sandstorm. That stuff hurts. We were walking through a dust storm on the first day that we got into California, stovetop, and it was like pitch black. It was like 7 o'clock at night. Well, it wasn't pitch black, but the sun was definitely setting. Dust storm happening, rainstorm happening. I got a picture of a dust storm to the left, rainbow in the middle, and rain happening on the right. All coming at us while we were trying to walk our way into California. It was pretty great. For 9 miles or until stream ends. We'll do it for the full 9 miles, Danger Hitter, and then if stream ends and I see them, I'll take a picture of them, like I said. California road rages people wait for man for with stroller. Lol. You running or on solar? Sorry, I'm sure these questions have been asked many times. DJ Mark, don't ever feel bad about asking questions, man. The more questions you ask, the more I get to talk. The more I get to talk, the more distracted I am from how bad my legs feel. I do have a solar panel. It is right here. Hold on. Right on top of the buggy for us. It feeds into an inverter battery bank that's inside the stroller, and I use that to charge up most of my devices. But I also have 6 power banks that I run separately that help run the stream equipment, because I couldn't run off the solar alone. Sean is solar powered. Lol. So we gave him a solar powered rig for a stroller. That they did. 20 minutes. Nice. You got to get ready to end that construction right away, though, Danger Trader, if we see construction workers in the next 20 minutes. Yeah, it's a good setup. You have a solar panel. I should get that for my bike. Yeah, I think it's pretty expensive solar panel too, but I don't actually know. Subway, that's all part of the package that Subway built for me with the stroller, which is pretty awesome. I won't bet this time in case I need to end it early. Nice, thanks, Danger Tater. So far, there's very little confidence in California. Lol. Many construction zones work nights as it is cooler and less traffic to worry about. Oh, that's a good point, Elric. That's a good point. So we might not see them because they might not be working during the day. Especially when it's 96 degrees out. But also working at 96 degrees is a lot easier than working at 120 degrees. So maybe they switch to a day cycle. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Also, Faceless Face, funny name. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, and a welcome to the walk. Maybe I should be doing that. Maybe I should be walking during the night. You know, the problem is, right, is like I considered taking off the days and walking in the nights, right? Except for the fact that even if I did that, where would I go during the day? There's nowhere around here to like sit in shade and rest out of the heat of the sun. I'm just gonna be in the heat of the sun anyway. I might as well be making progress while I'm doing it. Stadil Sean, Chalanbra. What windmills? Well, just use old CDs and the same as solar panels, right? Yeah, that should work, Nisio. Yeah. I get 60 degrees and rain again. Fern, I wish so bad. Like, it's not often I've wanted it to rain on this trek, but there has been no rain pretty much at all since we hit Kansas. Kansas, I didn't see a single raindrop in the entire state. We got rained on once or twice in Colorado, but they were always like 1 hour moving storms. And Colorado was pretty tempered anyway. But since then, there has been nothing. One rainstorm in Tuba City, and that's about it. I love your stream, just be safe. Thanks, Windmills. I'll do my best. See me in the middle of nowhere? That's because I am. I'm in the middle of the Mojave Desert, in the middle of California on 62, between Needles, California, and 29 Palms, which is where we're headed next. We're in a 140-mile subway drought, so I haven't been able to get food for 140 miles. Demon Days, my god. What was all your points? Lol. Sorry, I'm watching traffic. Can't read chat while I have cars flying at me. Speaking Californian, well, I'm sure it's possible. Had some lovely rain in Missouri. Oh yeah, there was tons of rain in Missouri. Don't worry, Chad. You're up a subway student. Nice, lol. Have you taken days off in towns or anything, or have you literally walked every day? No, DJ Mark, I've taken days off. I think on average it's probably been 1 day off about every 8 or 9 days, or 9 to 10 days maybe. But we take days off, sure. My last day off was in Kingman, Arizona. Let me know if I need to call police. No, we'll be good. We're actually pretty good friends now, Windmills, with a highway patrol officer out here named Eric, who's passed by us more than a couple of times. He's watching out for us. Irrigation canal in about 2 miles. Nice. Train himself to walk while he sleeps. He never stops. Do you camp outside at night? I do, Faceless Face, yep. So 165 days on the road means 164 nights. Of those 164 nights, I think we've spent about 50 of them, around 50 of them in a hotel, 5 with friends and family, everything else. So whatever there's 100 and something, quick math, 109 nights or something like that I've been in a tent in a sleeping bag. They call you Uber too. I wish, Windmills, but even if I wanted to call an Uber, A, my carriage here, Mr. Wilson, would not fit in any Uber, and B, there's no way an Uber's driving out in the middle of the desert to pick up a stranger. Use the call box. Lol. Did you give Eric your card? I absolutely did give Eric my card. Yes, ABC. He has it. He knows who he is. Alright. Oh boy, it's so hot out. Alright. You're gonna walk right by the CHP station? Am I really? That's pretty cool. Anytime soon, or it just kind of feels like there's nothing out here. I still do see these buildings off into the desert to my right. I'm assuming it's like an old mine or something, would be my guess, but I actually have no idea what they are. Hey, sweet love me. Did the whole restocking mission go well? Good sleep, old bean. Sleep has been terrible out here. I mean, the ground's nice and soft, which is nice. It's better than sleeping on stones and rocks. But it's been like full moons out here that keep me up all night, and then the coyotes have been howling like crazy. But the restocking of water supply yesterday went great. We got ourselves a little bit of electrolytes, 6 gallons of waters for the next 4 days, so we're doing great. In 3 to 5 days, you will love. All right. It's only gonna take us 3 days now, including today, so 2 days after today, to get to 29 Palms. I bet he's watching from time to time. That makes me feel better. Yeah. It's near Joshua Tree. Oh, nice. Oil fracking? It could be, Floppy. It could be. It's too close. I feel like it's too close to the mountain for oil fracking, though. Usually that happens out in the wide open. And we saw tons of oil fracking rigs going on in Kansas. There were a ton of them. Whew. But I really haven't seen them since Kansas. All right. You know, guys, for the first time today, I think I finally see that the mountain's getting a little bit closer. I watch a guy that forecasts earthquakes. He's been talking about the fracking there messing up the flow of the quakes. Well, that's terrifying. There are no oil rigs out there. Tons of windmills in the Morongo Basin, though. I'll keep my eyes out. I heard a story about the windmills from a bartender in Kirksville, Missouri, that apparently in Kirksville, Missouri, they're having a lot of problems with the windmills out there killing birds, specifically geese. And I was like, I passed by thousands and thousands of windmills on this trip, but I don't think I ever watched one kill a geese. But he said if I ever went to the bottom of a windmill, I just see tons of geese carcasses, and I don't know if that's true or not. Jolly good shakes fist, lol, get ye. Dirty coyotes is the magic word, lol. Dude, sweet love me, coyotes are dirty and they're cowards. I challenged them to a fight one night in Ohio and they just ran away. Coyotes ain't got nothing. It's true. Is it, Nelly Bean? I feel like I haven't seen enough to know. They do kill birds. That's interesting. I love that they have the de-ice the windmills in the winter using gas-powered things. Yeah, but that's true with a lot of things. So I was building a solar farm up in Kennebunk, Maine once, right? And while I was up there, it was back when I was a field hand. And while I was up there, we got hit with a 3-foot snowstorm. Now, normally you wouldn't have to do this, but because we were trying to get tax credits in, we needed to pass a certain test that required the field to be functioning. Well, the field doesn't function very well when there's 3 foot of snow on it. So my boss asked me to go out there with a gas-powered leaf blower and blow the snow off of the panels everywhere in the field. We couldn't take a rake or a brush to them because they were afraid about scratching up the panels. So we had to blow it. So here I am. It was negative 15 degrees out, standing in the middle of the woods in the middle of Kennebunk, Maine, blowing snow into my face with like 3 other guys that showed up to help me because no one else on the job site would show up to do it. So what I'm saying is sometimes you got to use gas-powered stuff to help your stuff. Solar panels will also have that effect on the native species. Yeah. They just did a study where if they paint one blade a different color, the bird strikes go way down. No kidding. That's interesting. Magic words are safe for is little. I thought that was only an issue for the smaller, older mills that spun really fast. The huge modern ones spin so slowly that it's not really an issue. I don't know. Make sure that canines respect the words. Little banana pie, banana pie. Okay. All right. Whew. Ah, it's spicy out here. Thank God that semi just came by with a little gust of wind, though. That helped a lot. I apologize in advance if this stream just evolves at some point into just me sweating all over the camera, shouting, "Oh my God, it's hot out here!" But that might happen. Just so you guys know, that very well could happen. The heat. Is it enough Subways for you to eat every day? Faceless face, no. So we're actually right now in between Needles, California and 29 Palms. We're in a 140-mile Subway drought. Now I can do about 20 to 30 miles in a day, so I'm trying to do that in 6 days instead of 7. But I can only hold Subway subs for about 2 to 3 days before they go bad. It was 2 here in the desert because it's just so hot out. So what we did is in areas like this where it's really long in between Subway locations, my family back home went out and bought a whole bunch of subs, took the meat and veggies outside of the subs, dehydrated the meat and veggies, and then vacuum sealed them to make Subway jerky. So right now I'm living off of dehydrated Subway jerky that was made like 3 months ago, and that's how we're gonna get through the desert. Okay, let's see how you look today, how the chat, your beard. Yeah, okay, well, hold on, this is what I look like with the fully grown beard and everything like that. I shaved this the day before I left for this trip, and it's just been growing out over the past 5 months we've been on the road. Wish me luck, I have to go fight another mom. Have fun, Floppy, when it's safe. Lol, gotta cook dinner for an ungrateful family, Sean. Love you a long time and get those knobbly knees up. Will do, and have fun with the family. I have some friends that work on the windmills and Zach Choppy, they find dead birds all the time. Interesting. Estimates of up to 1 million or more birds a year are killed by turbines in the US. That is interesting. That's way more than I would have guessed. That's way more than I would have guessed. Whew! It's so hot out, guys. And it just like all hit me at once. We must be getting closer and closer to the middle of the day. It's when it starts getting hotter and hotter. All right. Whew. Well, we just gotta suck it up and keep the legs moving. That's all we can do. That's all we gotta do. Breathe. Drink water when you gotta. Maybe take a couple of rests. The problem with rests is just like, again, there's no way to get out of the sun. So even when you're resting on the side of the road, you're just getting beat up. It almost makes it not worthwhile to take rests because you just kill your momentum to get beat up by the sun. I'd rather keep the momentum, you know? We'll see. I got the tummy rumblies though. Am I hungry again? Put those in Burger King is gross. Alright, next time I find a spot where I can pull off, I'm gonna I'll go in there and I'll eat some food. 9.6 billion are killed a year for food. Well, at least that's for a purpose though. At least their body's getting used. I don't know, that seems better than just flying into windmills. Also, how dumb does a bird have to be to fly into a windmill? I don't get that, but you know, whatever. don't have any channel points to spare, but hydrate, 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 suction, woo! The roadside attraction is soon. Okay, that's probably a good place to pull over. Then when we pull over there, we'll get some, we'll eat some dehydrated bits. Wonder if you will be able to spot a Joshua tree coming up soon. Oh, we've already seen a couple, Richie. Back a couple days ago when we were at 2,000 foot in elevation, there were Joshua trees all around. Now we're back down around like 800 foot, so we're not seeing them because we're too low. But as we pick it back up, we'll start seeing them again. Domestic cat kills about 2.4 billion birds a year in the US and Canada. Yeah, that's all right. Hey, Barry on the river, how's it going? Rice Desert signpost, Iron Mountain signpost, 1 kilometer or less or more, I can't gauge. Nice. That's all right. Like I said, I'm just gonna keep walking until I can find a cutout. Estimates are 3 billion moths are killed each year by bug zappers. Now that's a statistic I can get behind, Gracie. Take those moths out. Whoa. Ooh, he honked for us. What a nice guy. 1.2 kilometers, yeah, that's nothing. 1.2 kilometers, that's not even a mile. We got that. Check a run, check a run, check a run. Never stood bug zappers, they don't even kill mosquitoes, only helpful moths. Yeah, there's this new thing that was like, they're advertising all over the place that uses like laser precision to kill mosquitoes. Like supposedly from like a certain radius from the machine can calculate whether or not it's a male or a female mosquitoes, targets female mosquitoes and will kill them. And it sounds like something that's too good to be true, a little bit expensive, but supposedly it's a thing that works. I don't know, I'm not up to date on my most high-tech mosquito killing methods. Although sometimes, especially on this trip, I wish I was. Although more than mosquitoes, nothing's been bothering me like the flies. The flies have been crazy out here this entire trip. Even here in the desert where there's no life at all, I'm still getting swarmed by flies occasionally. Does this road turn up bad? Are we not going straight through these mountains? What is happening? Only a matter of time before I hear about this in College, Texas. Well, apparently, no, apparently the female mosquitoes are the only ones that bite. The male mosquitoes are the much bigger ones that don't bite. Which is why they target the females. I might have that the other way around. It might be that it targets the male mosquitoes. I can't remember. I'm delirious. I'm in the desert heat. They can't take what I say seriously. So isn't there such thing as like desert sickness or desert craziness or something? Hey, Snowballs. I just found out that I have diabetes type 2 for years and mistook it for alcohol withdrawals. Oh man, well I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad they figured out what's really going on though, Snowballs, man. For years, but wow. I'm from Florida, Sean, and the mosquitoes out here will rock your world. Oh, I know windmills. I used to go down to Florida once a year, every year, for my entire life growing up, and they will beat you up good. Dude, it's that unholy mixture of heat and humidity that mosquitoes love that makes Florida the perfect breeding ground for them. Also, our yellow fly, gross. Feels like snake bites. Yeah, I was getting attacked by horse flies all the way through like Missouri and a little bit into Kansas, and yeah, they beat me up pretty good. Welcome to the club. Yep. Which part? Fort Lauderdale for a lot of it. Orlando also for, you know, Disney World because I was a kid and all that. And then I've also been to just south of Sarasota on the west coast. Oh, so a little bit all over. I love Lamp. Lol. I'm from Santa Rosa Beach. Oh, nice, man. Florida is beautiful. It's one of those places that my girlfriend would like, she wants to pack up and move down to Florida and live out there. But I gotta tell you, the humidity and the heat are two pretty big deterrents for me. That being said, my favorite animal of all time ever is a manatee. And really, you can only find them in Florida. So that's good incentive to go there. To see the big fat sea cows that I love. and watch them just be stupid dummies like they are, because I love them. Hello, Orlando. We do awesome. Oh. Yeah, my girlfriend actually did the Disney College internship program, and she went down to Orlando and worked at Disney for 6 months, and she had a great time there. Mass is known as Massachusetts for a reason. Florida is easy living. I mean, that's true. The dream horizontal bob, what you want to do is you want to get a job in Massachusetts, making Massachusetts wages, but work remote from Florida, so that you're paying the cost of living in Florida. That's the dream. Split it like that. Manatees are a great favorite animal. They're amazing, Gracie. I love them. They're so cute and they're so dumb, and I love them for it. I used to watch manatees, like, in the canals there, right? If a boat came by like this, it'd stir up the water. And when it stirred up the water, it brought the food to the surface. So all the manatees, as soon as a boat flew over, would come up from the underneath and start eating on the surface of the water. And I'm like, all it would take is for a second boat trailing that boat a little too closely to kill an entire population of manatees. It was horrible. Honestly, having lived in Houston, takes about a year to adjust to the heat. Yeah, type on a folk keyboard, no worries. Big Fat Sea Cow, haven't heard that nickname since high school. Hey, Hot Kips, how's it going? That was awesome. That was a funny joke. And second on prediction, yeah. Day 165, yay. Way to go, Sean. How are you doing? I'm hanging in there, Archie. The desert's a little bit hard. Oh, it's a tough area, but we're making it through. Also, Florida wildlife is the most amazing mainland wildlife. Manatees, dolphins, rose-8 spoonbills. No, awesome. Yeah, that's pretty cool. My leg's getting attacked by horseflies right now. Prediction closed 40 to 60 on if there will be workers in the next 8-ish miles. Remember how long it's been kicking my butt. Whew. Keep it going. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. Moving to the grooving. Something about stopping my feet. I don't know how the song goes. Do you have a goal or you just keep on walking? Adams, I am walking all the way across the country. We started in Boston, Massachusetts. We are going to the Santa Monica Pier in Santa Monica, California. That is where we are headed. And we will be arriving there on October 23rd, so we are close. That is some blonde arm hair. How's your farmer stand? Wearing my helmet, dude, it's blonde because it's entirely sun bleached. Because I spend so much time out in the sun. So hold on, let me show you the difference. So right, that is my arm hair, right? I got flies in it. That is the real color of my arm hair, what it's supposed to be, that brown, and that's the farmer's tan difference. So that's what my hair normally looks like, except for when it's been in the sun all summer long, then it looks blonde. Sun bleached. Watch out for snakes, they can be a foot long. Yeah, no kidding, Archie. I've been terrified of snakes, I'm gonna be honest with you. So I guess that is a no on the prediction. We'll see. It means no more betting now. It'll run until stream ends or the zone ends. Yeah. We're at Sean. Can't wait to see you pass the finish line, homie. Oh, we're so close and so hairy. Yeah, I'm a hairy dude. I'm an Irishman. Thanks for the info. Well, no problem. Do you have subway stored up or are there subways out there? There are not subways out here. We're in a 140-mile subway drought between Needles and 29 Palms. Right now, we're pretty much in the dead center of it. But what we did is my family back home bought a whole bunch of subs, took the meat and veggies out, dehydrated the meat and veggies, vacuum sealed them to make Subway jerky. And I've been living off of that Subway jerky for well, I just started eating it yesterday because I ran out of food. Oh, your arm is burnt. Do you think you should wear long sleeves? The arm's not burnt. It is tanned. It's not very red. If you think that's bad, you should check out my ankle here. Right, that's my leg. That's what that looks like. That's what my leg is supposed to look like. That's the difference. That's the tan line. And that's what you get for being outside in the sun, walking every day since May 1st. So hairy little Subway jerky. It's delicious, Gracie. It's so good. I love every bite. Yum. Hey, Schnisselwomp. Rusty and dusty arm. Nice do it. Oh, it's very dusty out here. There's not a whole lot of wind, but every time a car goes by, you just get road dust blowing up on you. It sticks to your arms. It's kind of gross out here. But that's the way we live. Also, Nighthawk and our crew, 95, thank you very much for the follows. Appreciate it. Appreciate both of you and welcome to the walk. Sock line that rivals Hitch is impressive in a weird way. Lol. Sean shows some legs and nobody pulls over. In fact, I think they started driving faster, Lunacy. Oh, God. God, it's so hot out. Are we sure that was only 1.2 kilometers away, Danger Tater? I feel like I've walked that distance. Oh God, and I'm still not seeing a pull-off point. Do you see the aqueduct again on the left? You're gonna cross it again too on the left. I think I see it. Okay, I think I see the aqueduct. It's a little ways out there though, it's hard to see. Oh my God, just bad. It still looks over 1 kilometer. Oh nice, okay, so we're not actually getting any closer. Perfect. Whoa. It's alright, we might stop at the aqueduct then. The one thing about living on the Subway jerky is that you lose the bread, and the bread is where a lot of calories sit. So there's actually not nearly as much calories in the jerky. So sometimes you have to have 2 packets just to get yourself feeling a little bit fuller. It's raining in SoCal right now. You just need to get there. It's faster to cool off. I'm down, Gracie. I'm heading there as fast as I can. It's also hard to read chat. I got so much sweat in my eyes right now. Some of those bushes look big enough to pee in. Keep drinking. Lol. The problem is I feel like I'm drinking so fast, but it's impossible to offset how much I'm sweating out, so I never actually have to pee out here. Do people stop and ask you what you're doing out here? Sometimes, Adams. I've been stopped. I think we got stopped twice yesterday, 3 times the day before. We haven't been stopped yet today, but occasionally people stop. Stinks you didn't get to meet up with Hitch. Yeah, it's alright, Strikes of Blue, though. It would have been really, really cool if it happened, but it was one of those things that seemed like it was a far shot anyway, so I wasn't counting on it. And then it ended up working out because I was, at the time that he would have been coming through the area I was at, I was dealing with the broken down Mr. Wilson anyway, so it worked out. Hold on. Let's point out 1 kilometer. Oh, sorry, I was wrong. Just 1 more kilometer wrong. Just 1 more kilometer using kilometers because you're American and are more familiar with miles. Yep. I wonder if you could slice up, sounds so short, the bread and dry it into crackers like bagel bites. Maybe you could. I don't see why not. I can't imagine dehydrated bread would taste very good, though, I'm gonna be honest. That sounds pretty disturbing. Just a little slightly disturbing. Yeah, okay, I guess it is just croutons. And I do like croutons. I like my wheat thin. Oh my God. Croutons would be good right now. My girlfriend does that. She'll just like pull out a bag of croutons and start shoving them into her mouth and eating them like a snack. Weird. I call her a weirdo for it all the time, but I guess I could do that out here. So active with chat, I wouldn't be saying a word and just keep walking. You have massive big boy energy for someone walking in the middle of nowhere. Thanks, Adams. I try to never let anyone feel like they're being ignored in chat, so I try to read every message that pops out, but to be honest with you, it just helps me, man. Because if I was just out here, and there are days when I can't stream for bad service for one reason or another, but there are days when I'm out here and it's just me out here, and it can be rough on you mentally. So to have someone to talk to and chat and a distraction and things to read to keep your mind off of, you know, how bad your legs hurt or how much farther you have to go, it helps out a lot. Where do I send the pic of my beard, Sean, buddy? Forgot I want to show you the slow process of it. Thanks, Raheem. Anywhere works, man. Yeah, I mean, general probably in Discord, I would assume, would probably be the best. Dang, mountain's getting closer. Thankfully, Helmet. Thankfully, those mountains were so far away a little while ago. Now I'm actually, the left side of the mountain is actually past behind us, and we're walking like inside where the mountain's crest, which is pretty cool. Woo! Woo! I'm new, no mirages yet? Hey, Snissel Womp. Nope, no mirages. The only thing we're gonna see in mirages is we might see a giant Subway store in the middle of nowhere that's not real. But we got plenty of water and plenty of resources, so we probably won't see any, which is good. Patton trained troops in Iron Mountain during World War II. Dude, this feels like it'd be a good place to train troops. Explains why 29 Palms is there. Because this, like I said, there's a really, really big mental and psychological component to being out in this heat, man, that I was not expecting. It's kind of brutal. It's kind of brutal. That's all right, though. We're gonna make it through. We're so close to the end now. We've already been through like 3,300 miles. Like, nothing's gonna stop us. We'll be fine. I'm on your right, I'm guessing, based on the pump giant and airport name. Is that what that is? That's the pump giant and an airport over there? That's what those buildings are? It'll get 10 degrees hotter in the 3 hours till 8 p.m. Yes, it will, Bacon. Yep. And there's, like I said, there's no way to hide from the sun out here. There's like no trees, nothing you can use for shade or anything. So what I've been doing is I'll walk until like 4 o'clock, right? And at 4 o'clock, the sun is set far enough in the west that I can create a shadow using Mr. Wilson, my stroller here. And then I basically set up a tarp, my tent footprint, and I'll lie on that in Mr. Wilson's shadow to at least try to keep my torso and my head out of the sun. And that's kind of been working for us a little bit. But yes, giant play. Woo, yeah, woo. Hey, no pier, how's it going? It's a little over an hour walk on the right. Turn off coming up. Yeah, we're not turning off though. Oh, is that right? Yeah, sure, why not? Small bush to the right, nice. You can cook your dehydrated subs. Oh my God, I keep dipping into the sand because the shoulder just keeps disappearing. You can cook your dehydrated subs over the road, it will be so hot. Yeah, you could. 1 kilometer from here. I don't believe you anymore, Danger Trader. And hey, Sean TC, what do you mean, no way? No way, what? Also, B Ramp Lotto, thank you very much for follow. I appreciate it. Appreciate you and welcome to the walk. And no, you didn't, Sean. I don't believe you. That organization doesn't even exist. The only organization that exists in this world that sells subs is actually Subway. Thank you very much. That's really how you sound sometimes. It's because I talk fast, Siggy. I speak like a mile a minute. Sometimes, like if I'm really hot or if I'm going uphill a little bit, I only have so much air that I can use in one breath. I try to get a full sentence out in one breath and it goes by. Whew, speedy boy. Everything is 1 kilometer away from where you currently are. So there is some psychological truth to that statement, right, Helmet? Or when I was in that hiking and survival group, right? We used to tell people, anytime they asked what time it is, if it was daylight out, we would say it was noon. If it was nighttime, we would say it was midnight, right? If they asked us how much farther we had to go, the answer we told them was always 14 miles. We could be like half a mile away from it, and if they asked how much farther, it was 14 miles. And the reason that we did that was because if you constantly look and keep yourself updated on how far away you are away from something, you continually focus on just the progress. And when you watch the progress that you're making, time goes by way slower. It's like watching a pot of water boil, you know, it just goes by slower. But if you think you're 14 miles away and you stop focusing on what time it is and you stop focusing on how far away you go, time will actually move by faster for you. That's the thing. Even the guy who slapped his whole ear. Oh, interesting. Are you talking about the signpost? Yes. That guy also wanted to invade Russia. Interesting. Focusing on what's happening makes things as much smoother. Yeah, I think what Danger Tater is trying on me though, I think he's trying the carrot on a string technique. Where you tell him that there's a landmark just a little bit farther ahead. You can make it to that landmark, it's just a little bit farther ahead. And then every time you ask how much farther, he goes, ah, it's just a little bit farther ahead, no worries. Can't believe we walked 3,200 miles to get to the signpost. Good trip. Lol. 3,300 miles. Woo! Woo! Yeah, that's a lot of miles. Yeah, just a little bit farther. You're almost there. There's a bush coming up 1 kilometer away. Hey, look, a sign that says Iron Mountain to the right. That lets me know that the Iron Mountain is to the right. I need help in the desert. Like, you see it by now? I probably do. Do you believe Earth is flat? Not anymore, Fire Prosy. By not anymore, I mean I never did. Like I said, I went to school for astrophysics. I'd be a little crazy if I thought the Earth was flat going to school for physics, but dude, there were points on this journey, specifically at like Wolf Creek Pass, where you could literally see the curvature of the Earth. Like you were up so high and you could see so far out, you could see the Earth curve. Hard to see that and still think the Earth is flat. I see something up here to the right. I'm thinking that's the signpost thing. Thanks for stopping, okay? Not quite in Joshua Tree, U2 space. Yeah. Hey, Mad McMahon, how's it going? And hey, Hunty. All right. Oh, boy. What do you think, the Earth is round, Sean? No. We talked about this. I think the Earth is a 3D model rendering of a velociraptor. Have you been to Death Valley? How hot is it there? I have not, Fire Prosy, and nor do I ever want to, because I hate the heat. I'm going to be honest with you. I was born and raised in Boston, in the Boston area, and your boy likes it cold. Your boy likes New England temperatures. Have you ever seen bendy water or must be flat? What is bendy water? I was stopping to talk to Sean and asked that guy looks crazy. Little. No, he was stopping because there was traffic coming the other way and he couldn't get out of the way, and I was walking on the road. All right, I see a signpost. Telling me I always forget. I'm gonna slam you with the no. It's an all plate spheroid. Nice. Exactly what is bendy water, has to be flat. Oh, whoa. I see what you're saying. All right. I'm gonna cross the road now because it looks like there's a lot of traffic. And I see the signpost. Do you know bendy straw for bendy water? Oh, that's true if bendy straws exist. Is that proof of the Earth, if the Earth isn't flat? That blew my hat off. All right. I don't even know how that truck just blew my hat off. It's on the other side of the road, but it did. There's a guy that brought an old mining town, a mountain overlooked Death Valley. I wouldn't mind visiting someday. That sounds fun. It's me from Scotland. We're a flat earther. Asked Scottish footballer if ever he's seen bendy water. Sorry, I'm dying. Now the prediction time bet is over. I guess that there is workers today because of the oncoming traffic all bunched up. Ooh, that's a good little system, T. I like that. What will you stream at the end of your foot journey, Harrison Jace? I have an entire calendar's worth of content that I'm going to be releasing in December. Until then, I'm keeping it under wraps. But suffice it to say, it's all going to be IRL content. Some just chatting in there as well, but mostly IRL content, some travel based. And all good stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. All right. I have no idea what this is, but we're here. We made it. Oh, he walks up the pier. Lol. Actually, I like it. Yeah, jumps off pier so Baywatch can see him. What's it say? It says so many things, man. This every sign says something else. There's a Dixon sign, Dixon 96 or something. I see Los Carlos or something. The Blanchards, Fry family. I'll get you closer, I guess. I just didn't know how service was going to react when we got off road. I have no idea what any of this means. I love their side. I have to zoom us in. Yep, every time I check on your stream, Sean, you're in the desert. That's because that's where I am, Pro Clicker. Not for very long, though. Only 11 days, or 12 days counting today until we hit the Santa Monica Pier. Is that a photo opportunity? Yeah. Do you have a way to attach your card? Yeah, I guess. Hold on. Let me see if I can grab a card. They're kind of buried. Hopefully that's in some of the black. Now we will forever be immortalized in whatever this place is. I don't actually know. Hold on. All right, let me get some food. I'll just leave that out here because I'm going to end up throwing it in there anyway. And that's what it looks like. Doesn't that look super appetizing? Like you'd want nothing in the world more than to just put this in your mouth and give it a bite. How long till the next subway? Matt McMahon, we were 71 miles away from it this morning, so deduct whatever we've done today. There's a shadow behind the post. It's just a small one, yeah. But in the meantime, just... it's like ham chips. The ham's not bad. It's like grilled bacon. It's kind of like Canadian bacon, like crunchy Canadian bacon. You know. I like the real system though. You got to use a chips bag as a chaser. That way you have some actual flavor. Sand in my eye. God, that is so hot. No cookies helmet. The cookies only last for about less than a day, unfortunately. Love some Gemma and Chigo baguette sandwich. Okay. Mara Main and Zen Live. Thank you guys very much for the follows. Appreciate it. Appreciate you and welcome to the walk. Is all I have to do to get follows is eat dehydrated Subway ham on stream. It's not bad. It's not bad. You're not bad. actually pretty good. I'd never order you at a restaurant, but you're not bad. This is the OJ way to slap it to a Sim Gym? Yep. No, unfortunately they don't last helmet. I wish they did. But what I'm gonna do is I'll reward myself, and I'll probably get a dozen chocolate chip cookies when I make it to the Subway in 29 Palms. And that's gonna feel real good. I had to switch sides I was standing on because the sun was burning down on the back of my legs and really hurting bad. You ever stop for a second and just think, this is my life? This is what I'm doing right now. I'm just like in the middle of nowhere by some weird signpost or something, eating dehydrated meats and bags of chips and just loving every minute of it, you know? Just out here really conquering the desert. This is my life. I own this desert. Come out here and challenge me for it. This is mine. You know? Oh God. Before you got a pen right on the post, Subway Sean was here. I do have a pen making. So close to Joshua Tree, that's epic. Yeah, Zen Live. Only 165 days to get this far across the country. Easy money. And talking to yourself, yeah. I own this desert. Out of here, fly. Those are my chips. Sharpie. See, now I've signed it. See? Every choice in my life has led me to this moment, eating ham chips by a crazy post in the desert. Lol. Those calves looking shredded. They are raincoat. Great backdrops. It looks nice. He came prepared for all. Yes, yeah. We're the tourists waiting to see this. You're hogging the sign. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a concern of ours, Danger Tater. There's no one else around. And everyone that is around is just driving on by. I should remember that for laundry day. I gotta finish up my ham chips, hold on. Ride it like a dinosaur doesn't count. What can I ride? I'm sad I found your stream just now. Would have loved to watch all the way. No, no problems. And Liv, I'm happy to have you now, though. Looking like a through hiker, man. Right on. I'm feeling like a through hiker. Well, remember the movie The Hills Have Eyes? I do. That movie creepy too. Little ham chips in the beard for snacking later. Gross. There's a line of 40 people behind him. Yeah, horizontal Bob, there is. Can't you hear all the people honking and yelling and everything like that, telling me to get out of the way? Okay. 13 miles into the day. You know, they're like 12 or so. We got this. I gotta pee now. I don't want to pee on the sign. It's weird, Michelob Dog. That was my first thought, was to pee on the sign, but I don't want to pee on the sign. It seems like I'll make a lot of enemies peeing on the sign. I'm gonna go pee on that sign over there. Alright, I'll be right back. 1 second. Alright. Huh. I'm just noticing the bra hung up there. Interesting. Anyway, did he just litter? No, I have my bag with me. Keep the bags on me at all time. My bag, no. Alright. Oh, come on, YouTube. So much of my life now is dedicated to talking to inanimate objects. That might be the hardest thing to come back from when I'm done with this trip. Trying to recover from all the time I spent talking to Wilson and everything else. What's the litter flying around on the ground? White thing? I don't see anything. Oh, in the back, it looks like it might be a napkin of some sort. All right, on the road again. Oh God, it's slow moving. Started again, but we're gonna do it. All right. Oh, wiggy bits. I just saw the subscription, but thank you so much, man, for the resubscribe for 6 months. That is awesome of you. Having spent an extensive time in the wilderness, you never really come back from talking to inanimate objects. Yeah, that's okay, to be honest with you. A lot of the times the inanimate objects are really friendly. Also, Peppa Plastica and, what is it, Norvega? Thank you guys very much for the follows. I appreciate it. Appreciate both of you. And welcome to the walk. Woo! Subway napkin. Dude, that's a real thing, Danger Tater. Is like, every once in a while I see someone littered a Subway cup or something like that on the side of the road. It always makes me a little bit happy, not to see the litter, but to see Subway products, because it makes me think I'm close. But oftentimes it happens when I'm like 60 miles away from the nearest Subway. And I'm like, someone literally put effort into driving out here to litter. This is terrible. It's just charming personality quirk. That's the thing, Helmet, right? You never run out of friends if you can make friends with anything, including inanimate objects. You'll never be alone. Thanks, Mr. Wilson, I appreciate that. Mr. Wilson is a real one, you can say that again. It is flat and windy. Maybe the subway waste just found its way there on its own journey. It's possible. Usually it's a cup though and it's stuck in a bush, so probably not. Alright, I definitely see the aqueduct on the left now because I can see the fence again. Whew. All right. Sorry guys, I think the heat's getting to me a little bit today. Whew, it's gonna happen though. We're gonna be all right. Found a bush that's basically a desert urinal. Low. Hey Davy Angel, sad, beautiful place out there even though it's desert. I used to live there, most of these cars going to Vegas, so don't care about littering. It is sad, man. It is sad. And yeah, it feels like a lot of these cars are probably going to Vegas to party. Whew. 95 will take you pretty much straight there. Oh my God. I feel like the stop to get some food in the stomach is supposed to help, but it kind of just like compounded and made everything feel worse. It's like stopping to start again. Oh God. All right, we just gotta get back in the groove. That's fine. We can do that. It's like the Emperor's New Groove. You just gotta get back in the groove. Oh my God, that felt so good. A car passing by, a little breeze, little draft. Wash the jerky down. You got it, lunacy. No cars coming. Sweet. Nipple in the mouth. Woo! All right, we did it. I come out of water in my Camelback. Probably should have refilled it while we stopped, but that's okay. Hey, Rincon, all the cars are wondering who this crazy guy is. I'm sure a lot of them are. Luckily though, Rincon, we've made pretty good friends with the highway patrol officer here in the area, Officer Eric, who's stopped to say hi to us a couple of times now, so if anything ever goes wrong, we'll be covered. Eric's got our back. Glad you're not crawling through the dirt, begging for water. Yeah, that's very true. We could definitely be a lot worse off than we currently are, T, for sure, for sure. Always look at the bright side of things, right? Oh, God. Hit me with that draft, baby. Hit me with it. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Show me begging for subs. Whoa. Sorry, that truck breeze. Oh, it hit right. Have any offers slid into your DMs? Nope. I should be listening to the Desert Sessions from Queens of the Stone Age. I feel like there's a lot of songs I could be listening to out here in the desert. Exhausted feels nice. What if these cars are just desert mirages? Doesn't matter, Bill, not even if they are fake. As long as they give me the placebo of wind and draft, it's all worth it. It all feels good. I don't get how the desert can be as wide open and as expansive as it is, right? There's no mountains. Well, I guess there are some mountains blocking the way, but there's usually no mountains blocking the path of the wind. And yet there can be no wind. The air can just be completely dead. I don't get it. I was thinking, oh, hey, if you're in Nevada, Colorado, California, you could. But then I remember that she just legalized it too. Thank God for illegal drug trade. Yeah, call it. Alright. That was a fun message to mumble read my way through. I would roll 500 miles and I would roll 500 more just to be the man who rolls 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. Da da da. Da 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 da. You okay having a stroke? No, we're not having a stroke or anything. It is a little bit hot. Probably experiencing maybe like the first signs of heat stress, but nothing too bad, nothing worth stopping or talking about yet. Yeah, we're doing good though. Can you lift your arms above your head? I can. Woo! Oh God. Oh, I'm tired watching this 18-wheeler, so I can't reach yet. So close to the canal will be cool to see. Yeah, I don't know that we're gonna be able to see anything. Generally on these crossings, the aqueduct runs underground here, so we probably won't see anything, but right now it would be a good to go euro hut because the euro is down to the dollar right now. It's still at 97 cents. Oh, that's pretty cool. Should sing half the man I used to be, the little half the man I used to be. Those are illegal drugs. You can say them out loud unless something in your agreement forbids it. Yeah. Jump in the canal. The canal is fenced off and prevents people from jumping into it. But here it is, we're passing it here and it is definitely underground. Alright. I have some cold water in the Yeti that I poured in this morning. It's not gonna be as hot as the water out here, and I'm kind of like saving it for when I need it. Clouds on Iron Mountain on right. Yeah, a couple of small ones over there. Oh, I see the cell tower. It's right on top of Iron Mountain. Hey, that explains why cell service has been all right today. Pinky Eyeclops, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, and welcome to the walk. Ooh, there's some ripples in the brown dirt over there. Lets me know that there used to be water right there. Dried up now, though. Always wanted a road trip through Las Vegas desert, like Joey and Chandler and friends. Nice. When I see you walking, Sean, BTO's roll on down the highway comes to mind. Nice. I think you need some cool water, probably. There is a skateboard ramp on the left. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to take my skateboard anywhere near this and give it a fly. Something tells me it would not travel too well through this terrain. I did just see a CO2 cartridge on the ground. Someone out here paintballing in the middle of the desert. Hey, this is 7th Commander, how's it going? Any animal sightings so far? Snakes, lizards, scorpions? I saw some cool lizard tracks. I've only seen the one scorpion still that we saw in Navajo Nation. No snakes. I see lizards all the time running around. Trying some naive little, could be cyclist. Ooh, hoppers, little. Nothing today. No, just the coyotes that were screaming last night. I believe the proper term is whip it. Oh yeah, there you go. Have you got an athletic foot during a foot-long journey? I have not, no athlete's foot or anything like that. Nope, I take care of my foot hygiene out here on the road. You have to, because if you don't, if you get something like athlete's foot, something as stupid and as small as that can really put you behind schedule here when you're walking across the country. So it's important to stay on top of your foot hygiene and just your hygiene in general as much as you can. I mean, I'm still covered in dirt here 6 days in a row at a time. Almost done. So close, man. We're about 12 days out of the Santa Monica Pier. If you count today, 11 if you don't. We'll be hitting it on October 23rd. Athletic chafes? No, we haven't had that either, lunacy, because we've been using the Gold Bond on a daily basis to avoid the chafing. All right. This is brutal, guys. Oh boy. I'm more than halfway to go in between mountains. Nice. I hope Damon Green is permanent athlete foot. Gross. I don't know what that is. I don't know who that is. All right. How many days and miles to go? About 12 if you count today, 11 if you don't, and I think it's like 230 miles or something like that. All right. Maybe less than that, 210. I don't know. I haven't actually looked in a while. But that feels right. No break from the sun. There's nothing out here, Richie. It's just walking, but that's what I'm saying, is it's almost not worth stopping, because you can't even get a break from the sun. So if you stop, you're just lying out in the sun. You might as well be moving too, you know? If things get too bad though, we may have to stop, and I'll have to build my own shade shelter out of the tent fly in Wilson here, which I can do. That's fine. So close. Yeah, we're real close. Mad respect for the commitment, dude. Thanks, pink-eyed Cyclops. We're so close, man. Like I said, we're already 3,300 miles in on day 165 here, and we only have like 11 days left. So we're like 95% way done with the journey. Just got to finish up that last little bit. I can see a tree ahead. Oh, nice. I don't. Some big player thinks he's good as Michael B. Jordan. Interesting. All right. All right, baby, we got this. I'm just worried though, Richie, if I build my own shade shelter, I'm worried it'll be attracting desert creatures that are attracted to the shade. And I don't want to do that. But we gotta do what we gotta do if it gets too hot out here. Like if we start really experiencing heat stress signs or something like that, then we obviously gotta put safety first. Then we'll pull off, no big deal. I will say though, I don't know what's wrong with the people that were like originally exploring the US and like looking for a place to settle, and they found this place and they were like, this is perfect, this is where I'd like to live. Those people are monsters. You can't live out here. It is desolate and mean. Can't believe the place doesn't care that it's fall already. Dude, the desert don't care. It's summer in the desert all year round. Off me, bugs. Gross. It's alright, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're doing just fine. We're ahead of schedule. Life is good. We're going good. Why are giraffes so slow to apologize? Because it takes them a long time to swallow their pride. Giraffe long neck. If I had to choose living there versus... Interesting. It's tough, man. It's tough. People do it. People live out here. But I feel like it's almost like living in a remote part of like Alaska, right? You still got to get all your water and everything shipped to you. Like, you're not actually able to live out here sustainably by yourself. You still need the outside world for help. Wintertime in California, good thing you didn't walk through during summer. Yeah, I mean, I planned it to avoid doing that. Sorry, dust in my throat. Yeah, we planned the trip around not having to walk through the desert in the summertime, which is good, and not having to walk through Colorado in fall either, which was like the nice sweet spot that we wanted to sit in there. Not too late, but not too early. I'm actually hoping that I'll probably reach the mountain in front of us by the end of the day today, and that way I can use some of the mountains to form some shade when the sun starts setting in the west. Obviously not in the middle of the day like right now because the sun is just overhead, but when it starts setting in the west, I'll be able to hide behind a rock or something and just get a little bit of that sweet, sweet shade. Lies, you didn't plan anything, you just thought, I'll go for a walk the first time in May. Lol. Heard so many Alaskan hunters getting eaten to death by bear stories, it's horrible. Yeah, there's other stories too. There was one guy that fought a bear off with a knife and killed the bear by shoving a knife down his throat while it was trying to eat him. That happened once in Alaska. Do you know the meter? Yeah, I love the meter. What's his name? Steve Ranella. Steve Ranella, that's his name. It'd be funny if you quiet now. Lol. Hey, you know what I would never do horizontal bop is that. Whew. Even if it took me multiple days to get through this desert section, man, or take me longer than expected, I would just take longer than expected. But no quitting. Seeing a half-mile shortcut if you cut a corner. Sand and desert, yeah. Sounds like a good idea. I think I'll go home now. Well, if a bear tries to eat me, I'm 100% hugging it before I die. I like that flip. I like that energy. Make love, not war. Getting low. Maybe you'll change its mind before it delivers the final blow, you know? And a snake bite. Okay, that would be terrible. Oh my god, there's so much sweat in my eyes. I can't see. Good for a knife guy. I'm guessing he took damage, and Leonardo DiCaprio for the bite in the rabbit. Actually, I think he walked away with a couple of scratches, but that was about it. He didn't even have to get stitches. But he killed a bear with a knife, which is pretty cool. It's a cool thing to be able to say. What has 4 letters, sometimes 9, but never 5? Yeah, what has 4 letters? See, because W-H-A-T. Sometimes has 9, and never has 5. Yeah, I get it. Riddles! Ah! Still no road work? No. Nope, I'm not even seeing any cones or anything that resembles people working out here. There's no machines, no nothing, no nothing. Oh, there's drunk follow if I ever saw one. Don't follow everybody. Oh, well, there you go. So, yeah, that's good. Always good to have an excuse in the back pocket, you know? Correct you a little. Maybe she's funny, maybe. Oh. Sorry, that truck came by. A little breeze up my back because I was leaning forward a little bit and it like hit just right. What a view, Dr. Grilled Chizo. It is beautiful out here. Yeah. What makes me curious, how big was the Knife technique and to avoid the big damage from there. It was entirely lucky, Harrison Jason was entirely lucky. He tried to punch the bear as it was coming at him with a knife in his hand, stabbed the knife down the bear's throat while his hand was actually in the bear's mouth. And the bear didn't bite down to cause damage. It was all lucky, but it worked. Whoa. Just so you guys know, it's actually way hotter here than it is in 29 Palms because we're a lot lower in atmospheric elevation. 29 Palms is at 2,000 foot. We're down at just under 1,000 foot right now. So I think we're using Blythe here, B-L-Y-T-H-E, Blythe. I gotta wipe the sweat from my brow. I'm dying out here. Can't see a thing. So much sweat in my eyes. Alright, keep it going. Keep it going. Are you wearing sunglasses? I am not, no. But it's not the dust getting to my eyes, it's the sweat that's rolling down my brow. It's really hot out here, building a lot of sweat, and then I get like the salty sweat in my eyes. It's not a good feeling. My eyes are protected from the sun by the bucket hat, which keeps the sun out of my eyes, which is good, so I don't need the sunglasses. Can we move the rate limit of commands for mods? I don't know what that even means. It's just me for the UV protection? Ah, no, we're good because we have the bucket hat. That helps us. No, that's not the right term. This is a bouncy shoulder. Life is still far when you click address around. It goes to 29 Palms. Gotcha. Hey, Kenish dude. You need a headband too? Maybe. I spelled it wrong too. I'm Andrew Ryan, and I'm here to ask you a question. Make it cool down, but IDK where we configure it. Bouncy shoulder, black screens, but back nice. Hey Tiny Smalls, how's it going? And back, going in and out. Okay, perfect. It's because of all the bouncing. And are we getting service drops here? No, not really. Fuel needs that airflow. Just gonna try to walk over here away from the cracks. Maybe subway and you can collab with the meat eater, go hunting and camping, footlongs, and eat each other. Especially, yeah, that sounds nice. I like Steve Rennell, he's a cool dude. This car is coming at me, he's not gonna move out of the way, because why would he? Now for the next stop, we're Subway Sean Ritchie. It's 71 miles away from where we started today. We're 13 miles into the day, so like 58 miles, I think, now to the next subway or next stop. So we're just in the desert until then for the next like 2-3 days. Seen any biker groups / gangs? No, I don't think so, Andromeda. Well, I mean, a couple of them passing by, they usually gives us waves and stuff like that. That's good. One thing is, it's not redid road. Imagine fresh, hot black road there. That's true, Gecko. Whew, it's getting to me, guys. It's getting to me. The heat is getting to me. 2 days then? Yeah, at the bare minimum, too. If I don't get in like 25, 28 miles today, it's going to be 3 days. So I gotta get in the mileage today is the problem. I gotta drink this water. Oh my god. Well, then I could just drink like half of that. Steven Ellis said in an interview in Road, he came across and dropped frozen like an opossum from pure fear. Yeah, that could happen. That could definitely happen. Initiate the possum response. Oh my god. Alright. 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 And I'll pour the other half over your head. Oh god. Dude, if I did that lunacy, it would just literally dry up in like seconds. I'd just lose that water. It wouldn't even be worth it. It's too not humid, too dry, too arid. That's the word. Too arid out here. Oh my god, you fly. Get away from me. We just gotta push through it. You just gotta keep on going. We just have to remember the farther that we get today, right, the less far we have to walk in the next 2 days. That's all we do. We knew the desert was going to be tough, right? It hasn't been as tough as it is right now for a couple of days, so we got lucky those first couple of days, and now we just have to beat it out this day. Take a break. We just took a short little one, Kanish. We're going to be all right. Which has been more difficult, the Mojave or Eastern Missouri, by far, not even close. But we'll see by the end of the Mojave, Ziggy. Farther you get, the higher in elevation you'll be, it will be cooler. Yeah, see, that's a good way to think about it, T. Close to Joshua Tree National Park? Yes, I am, Strikes of Blue. Yep, pretty close. He's gonna be fighting from snakes from a bush. I hope not, lunacy. I'm all set. I don't want to fight any snakes. It's just like sometimes you get this feeling like you're sucking in air. Well, the air that you're sucking in is so hot that your lungs aren't actually absorbing it, you know? That's not a great feeling. Okay. Thought I was walking morning and night in the desert. That was originally the plan, Gecko, but then it cooled down a little bit to be in the 90s instead of in the 100s. And we realized that there's nowhere to hide in the middle of the day. Those hills maybe will not be fun to climb, but at least you have something. Oh, I missed that one. At least you have something you can see getting bigger close. That's true. Every step is further away from the dehydrated subs and closer to mountains of mashed potatoes and gravy. That's true, man. It's nice. But the scene just looks unchanging and the road ends. Yep. Mashed potatoes and that stuff that makes your pee stink. Only 11 days away. Nice. Bring on the stinky pee. Let's do it. Let's do it. For a stinky pee. Woo! And hey, Asger, how's it going? I'll do anything for stinky pee. Let's go. How are you doing on water? Oh, we're doing fine on water in Andromeda. I got 4 full gallons in here, plus whatever I have left in my water bottles. One 20-ounce full and one 16-ounce half full. For 2 days. We should be fine. Hi, cool channel. When's it going to get sub badges? Good question, Danger Hater. I don't know, at some point. A little, when he walks back. Yeah. Drinks any more water and I'll slosh when he walks. A little thoughts coming up, that's nice. Good question, if only someone could design some. No, it'll probably get sub badges after I get back and I can actually implement them from my computer in an easy way. What does it mean? 4 gallons must be so heavy to push or carry. Yeah, it is. It's 8 pounds per gallon of water. And we had 6 the other day, so the fact that we're down to 4 is pretty good. What's 4 times 8? Quick maths, I can't do it. 32 pounds that we're pushing uphill right now. Yeah, but you gotta do it because you need water and all that to not die. Why are there so many bugs flying on me too? There's not supposed to be bugs in the desert. There's not supposed to be life in the desert. In a way, Ziggy, I'm reading from a computer, but you also have to remember that this computer is very much so broken and doesn't have the capability of using the middle third of its screen, so that makes it hard to implement things from this here computer. And that's why the bugs are flying into you. Life will flash in their face in your eyes. Say hi, I guess so. Of the only sources of water in the desert. That's probably true. They're just trying to drink the sweat. Is it true the walk back is all downhill? No. Also, it's not even, there is no walk back. That's the start of the falsehoods. I have no idea what the left is here. Nor do I have the inclination to want to stop and read it. Sorry if anyone is interested. What is it? Hey, Chris Stream, he says, did Stream go black? Oh no, this seems fine. Alright, what is this on the left here? Hold on, I'm gonna go. Apparently we're at the site right now of Camp Granite, which is one of the camps that was in World War II to help train troops. We start to be nice. Okay. So Subway Horizon just walked there. Okay. All right, guys, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna call stream here for the day. I'm gonna go set up a little shade shelter at the middle part of the day here, and I'll get back to walking a little bit later on when hopefully it cools down a bit. Oh, there definitely are. Can you imagine training out here in the summer in World War II era fabrics? Nope. Be a nice view to get stuck on. We're gonna call stream here for today, and we will. I'm gonna go build a little shade shelter and just not be in direct sunlight for the rest of the day, and then I'll walk when it gets a little bit cooler up. Makes sense. It's brutally hot. It's really later. Sounds like a plan. Siesta time. This is backcountry. A little good plan. All right, does anyone have any raid recommendations for anyone we can go over and say hi to? Thanks, Flip. I appreciate it, man. And I will keep you guys updated in Discord as to whether or not we see any construction workers, and we will make the prediction tomorrow morning when we stream again. All right, what do we got? Milky. I don't know who that is. Interesting name, but they work. Take it easy for the rest of the day, man. See you later. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll be streaming live again tomorrow, Pink Eyed Cyclops. What I'm going to do is I'll rest for probably about 3 or 4 hours. Around 4 o'clock is generally when it starts cooling down, and then I'll start walking again, and I'll walk probably until it gets dark. But it's just... So I thank you guys, as always, for coming and hanging out with us for a bit, and I will see you guys all tomorrow when we start streaming again. Sounds good. Thanks, ABC. I'll see you tomorrow. See everyone tomorrow. Danger Tater, I'll keep track of the prediction and keep it till tonight. Yeah, keep it till tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning we'll make updates in Discord. Will do. Bye. Let me know when the raid goes through, by the way. Oh, perfect. Thanks, Danger Tater.